Take a little walk down into the underbelly of streaming, where hope is cheap, but it's all we have. We ain't got the fancy things that the big streamers got. We just got ourselves, each other, and the loyal few who follow us. We all got dreams, but when will they come true? Sometime, baby. Sometime. Welcome to the Sometime Show.
Ah, dear. Sorry about that, everybody. There was supposed to be audio with that intro, but apparently we're running into lots of stream stuff. Anyways, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sometime Show. Happy Friday. I am Zargram Zanders, magician extraordinaire, and I'd like to say a big welcome to our guest tonight, Moo Gamashuk. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Moo, your resident Eldritch Whore. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, though we've been talking for a little bit before this, so it's a little awkward to reintroduce ourselves mid-conversation for us, but it's just how it goes. We had to make sure everything works, and we still failed, but we got most of the way there.
Only partially, Scuff.
Yeah, you got to work with what you got. You got to roll with the punches. So, let's get things started off. The first questions I like to ask every guest is pretty simple. We start off pretty simple and we just go from there. Who are you and where are you from?
I am Moo. I am from the USA, and I do the streaming.
That's cool. So, one thing I like to, the first few questions are usually trying to establish, the kind of streamer, the kind of goals they have. So, I like to ask you now, what inspired or interested you in getting started with streaming to begin with?
So originally, when I was younger, I wanted to be a YouTuber.
Okay.
But I have no editorial skills.
Uh-huh.
And that's not from lack of trying. I did take a video editing class in high school. I'm bad at it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my mod, Tarth, I've asked him if he'd be interested in editing, and he says he's really bad at it, too. So, I know that feeling.
So, I, after I discovered streaming through some other streamers, not friends, just people I saw in YouTube, and I was like, oh, I like this. And I started looking on streams, and I was like, I think this is what I'd like to do rather than YouTube.
I kind of vibe with that because I used to do a bit of YouTube as well. Actually, I've been making YouTube videos on and off sporadically since, 2007? Because the first ones I would make were, these RuneScape music videos when I was a teenager with my friends from the UK. But over time, I've done this and that, and I realized I like streaming a lot more than actually just making YouTube videos.
Because you get to interact with people, and there's people to talk to, there's people to bounce jokes off of. It's
a
lot easier to make the haha funnies when there's someone to talk to.
Absolutely.
Even if it's just text. Also, Sayo, audio check. Does everything sound good? Is audio doubled? Is everything perfect?
Well, while we wait for a response from them... Okay, it sounds good on their end. Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so another question on one of the intro questions I like to ask is... What are some challenges you've faced with streaming? What are some obstacles you've either are facing right now or have had to overcome in the past?
Programs breaking suddenly the moment you try to go live.
Yes! Oh, gosh!
We've all experienced it.
Yes!
Me and Wingy, when we went live, I think it was yesterday. My brain's a little fuzzy on days because they all blend together. I think it was yesterday. Me and Wingy, when we were going live, Twitch was just broken, and we couldn't update stream information or go live, and it delayed our stream by an hour or two.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Heck, you and I were running into it when we were trying to get this set up. Yeah.
I had my PyShock break as well. The other day, my computer was really slow after I booted it up in the morning, so I restarted because restarting usually fixes that, and it when it booted back up, something in Windows I guess didn't boot correctly, because every time I tried to launch my shot caller program, it gave me a Windows error, and it was like or it was like something couldn't load Windows dot blank like file names, and I'm like, oh no, and it was like 4 errors in a row every time I tried to launch it, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, was it a driver problem?
It might have been. It fixed it once I restarted the computer.
Yeah, Windows doesn't like doing things, even things it's done before. Sometimes it'll just decide, nah, I'm not doing it today.
Banned. Naughty.
Yeah. So it's if you told me, okay, so you told me that you were interested in the kink culture. Is that accurate?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
So then I think we can safely say that Windows is definitely a brat in that category.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Except this brat I can't just whip.
Right? If there was a personification of Windows that we could punish for everything, all the shit it's pulled, sorry if I curse, but that it's pulled
it's okay,
over the
I curse a lot
decades,
too.
then, oh my god, there would be a line a mile long of people wanting to punish Windows for all the crap it's pulled on people.
Get ready, Windows. You've been a naughty, naughty product.
Get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
No, I'm kidding. Anywho.
That was less of the kink one and more of the question, are pew-pew jokes fine?
Pew-pew, as in...
Firearm jokes, yes.
Fire M?
Firearm.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay. That was less of a kink thing and more of a get ready, Windows. Your time has come.
That sounded like a plastic receiver. Is that a prop gun?
No, it's a 1911.
Which kind?
It is the M1911A1 World War II style. The actual slide on it is a preserved slide from World War II.
Nice! Nice!
And right next to it I have...
That sounds like a single action. Yep, that's a revolver. Yep.
Colt Single Action Army. I bumped it on the top of the drawer.
You have a Colt Single Action Army. Okay.
Yeah, and 357 Magnum.
What vintage is it? New? Actually, that sounded like a pretty well kept cylinder.
Yeah, it's a new one. It is I think it was Uberti or it was Pieta, one of the two. They're basically the same company.
Very nice, very nice. I didn't even know you were into firearms. That's cool.
Oh, I love them. I own 6 guns. I like to collect old-timey guns.
Oh, then you must like what's it called? Forgotten Weapons, aka Gun Jesus. How he will do all these kinds of like videos talking. Yeah.
I also love playing Hunt Showdown. Well, used to. I haven't played it since the last event ended because I don't like the direction the game's going in.
I haven't played Hunt Showdown, but since we're talking about firearms, have you seen that pilot episode of a show called Lackadaisy?
Yes, I actually have.
Oh, there was a detail that I just made me fall in love with it all the more. I was already enjoying it, but when they're in the quarry and they're firing that, I think it wasn't an M60, it was something else. But the fact that the audio person was able to capture how the shockwaves from the firearm will echo back off of the walls of the quarry, I'm like, oh, mwah, chef's kiss. So many people... It didn't look like a Tommy gun. It looked too big and long to be a Tommy gun. It looked more like something
Tommy gun was in the car chase scene, I think.
Yes.
I didn't... So, okay, I watched up until when they crashed into the building in the quarry in their car. And I'm gonna be real, I got a little bored and ADHD kicked in and I clicked out.
Honestly, I can totally empathize with that because I have pretty bad ADD, and in fact, these days I've kind of gotten off my meds because apparently I don't REM sleep when I'm on them. So that was a big deal breaker for me because...
I've never gotten on meds.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, my family, in their infinite wisdom, never took me to get tested. So I'm still struggling to get an appointment to get tested because the place to test here, the reason I say I have it is every single one of my family members has it. And it would be a statistical anomaly if I didn't, especially with the severe focus issues I have.
Oh, yeah.
My brother, my other brother, my dad, my mom, and everyone but my mom was tested for it. But my mom is exhibiting a lot of the exact same behaviors, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yep.
But my dad was autistic and had, I think, ADD. My brother has ADD. My other brother has ADHD and was diagnosed with autism. I was never taken to get diagnosed.
Huh, interesting.
And I'm struggling with that. Hey, Slammer.
I'm sorry to hear that you're struggling with that, because I have ADD, and I remember being told when I was first diagnosed by a psychiatrist that it's like 80% inheritable. So it would be it would be odd if you didn't have it.
Exactly.
But yeah, let me ask you the next intro question, because we're already kind of going through things. But the next question I want to ask is, where do you want to be with your channel? Let's say within a year, 5 years, however long. What's a goal for your channel?
Goal for my channel is to grow to the point where I can get roughly $400-$500 a month off of it.
That'd be nice.
Because yeah, at that point that would substitute the income loss on my girlfriend for me living with her. Because my plan is to move in with my girlfriend in Sweden.
Oh, that'd be nice. Let's see here. When you get on the internet, you end up making friends all around the world. It's kind of awesome and also kind of frustrating, because sometimes you might make friends at like 1 a.m. for you, but it's like midday for them. So
7-hour time difference.
Yes. Or like I have a friend in Singapore who we sometimes do some games together, and it's like a 13-hour time difference or something, or 12-hour time difference. It's something big. And so like sometimes we'll even do role playing, and it's setting up a time for that. It's just it's a nightmare. So I understand what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing and awful at the same time, says El Mada. Or Elanda. Yeah.
Elanda.
Yeah, it is. It's blurst, as the 2019 jargon goes. Okay. So, let me ask you this.
Managed to do it.
What are some projects or interests that you'd like to take a chance to promote or talk about?
Something I'd like to take a chance to promote or talk about is the Trans Empowerment Project. It is a fundraiser to help support trans people right now, and I would like to recommend or offer out that everyone take a look at it. You don't have to donate, but it'd be nice to take a look at it.
Here, let me put up a logo for the thing. What's it called again?
Trans Empowerment Project.
Trans Empowerment Project. Okay, let's see if we can get a logo.
If I do this right here, if I do charity in my chat, I have a chat bot for it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's done through Tiltify, so I never touch any of the money. It goes straight to the thing.
Okay, cool. I would like to do more charities type stuff. I don't exactly have a whole, I don't have much of a name here on Twitch yet, but at some point when I can actually, try and help make a bigger difference, I would absolutely love to either join someone else's charity streams or, maybe start one of my own.
Hell yeah.
So let's see here. Let me get that image up on the screen. Topic graphic.
This is the second charity I've done.
The
first one, again, I was invited to, I get invited to charities more frequently recently. The first one was I was invited by a friend, Heretic Slim, and she wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking part in a suicide prevention charity.
Okay.
Charity for resources for suicide prevention and stuff. And I was like, sure, because a lot of people on the internet nowadays can probably have probably experienced this. We've all had depressive points in our lives.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of us have been close to not great moments, so to speak. Have been close.
Believe me,
and
I
so
know.
It's so it's really nice to help other people out who are going through the same thing. And during that run, I think it was a month long. I can't remember. My brain's fuzzy. During that run, me and Heretic combined raised around $1,200.
Nice.
Accidentally added a zero there. Tongues. Oof.
It's fine. But
we weren't the only streamers in it. It was started by the Gecko Guild, I think. I'm gonna have to look at the name.
Gecko Guild. That sounds familiar, and so does Heretic Slim. Like those two names you've mentioned sound familiar to me. I don't know why.
Absolutely beautiful individuals.
I believe you. I once had a friend who had a submissive who was a kobold, because they played as a dragon, so they had a kobold who was like really like almost otherkin. Like they in BDSM terms, they were a lifestyler. So
okay.
Yeah, like they went all in on being subby for as they said, their dragon. And like it was definitely something. It was definitely something to see. Like they would wake up at any hour of the day to like support them, and it was pretty impressive, I gotta admit. But yeah, okay.
Hell yeah.
So the Trans Empowerment Program, project. Yeah, okay. I don't have a charity command on my thing yet, but I should probably get on that at some point.
I mean, just find a charity that you like, shoot a message to their like public stuff, and just be like, "Hey, could I partner with this? Could I get like a link to help support?"
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Find a charity, find a cause you like, and see what you can do.
All right.
The best way to go about it. I have a friend named Bayou Diplomat who, after the last election,
Mm-hmm.
he got in contact with Transcontinental Pipeline,
Mm-hmm.
and every stream since then he's had their stuff open and has been doing charity streams for Transcontinental Pipeline.
Uh-huh. I've actually I've had certain friends I've tried helping out like individually in the past. Like I had one friend who shall remain nameless. We'll call them let's say Jenny. We'll call them Jenny. They were LGBTQ plus, and they were living in a country where it's not safe to be out about that. It's yeah, it was a bad situation. I remember having to coach them and talk to them about trying to because they had very, very severe depression. Like I'm pretty sure it was clinical depression on top of everything else, because they had a lot of stuff going on in their life as well, because everyone always does. But anyway, having to help counsel them because they were so nervous about going to their first appointment. They managed to get there. They managed to start getting onto some meds. Now, granted, the adjustment to some antidepressants was rough, but after that, they started to really come to their own, and I think they started going to college in Australia. I had to gas them up to try and get them confident enough to apply to a college and actually try to do stuff. But we fell out of contact after that. But wherever you are, Jenny, I hope you're doing okay, even though that's not your real name. But yeah. I remember in the process of trying to help them, I found out about Canada's, I think it's called Rainbow Railroad, for people who live in countries where it's not safe to be out.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all kinds of stuff. So I can totally vibe with what you're talking about in terms of wanting to support charities. In fact, I had a guest on this show who, they were talking some stuff about charities being selfish. I'm like, what are they talking about? But I don't know.
Some charities are, but it's usually the really big ones. There, for instance, I think it was like one of the largest charities in the U.S., nonprofit charities. 98% of the proceeds don't actually go to the stuff; it goes to running the charity. And so you gotta look at the charity first, but it's mostly those giant mega charities that are like all over everywhere.
Yeah, that's just depressing.
Yeah. But again, not every charity's like that. Just like we have bad corporations, there are also good companies like Costco. Yeah. Give us them hot dogs for $1.
You know, speaking of good companies, have you ever heard of a B Corp? I mean, I used to be an accountant, albeit a mediocre accountant. But there are things called B Corps that are called benefit corporations. They're not the same thing as a C Corp, which is what, like, say, Enron was a C Corp. But like B Corps, their whole goal is not profit per se. They're more interested in doing a public good. So if there are charities that were organized or collaborating with a B Corp, I could probably get behind that.
Hell yeah.
So, okay. Why don't we talk about your character and your lore for a bit? So you said you're an eldritch creature. Would you like to talk about that a bit?
Okay, so I am an eldritch whore. That's a little pun, little play on words there because of the lewdness. I created my little mascot before I came out.
Okay.
So I was aware of the gender dysphoria. I just never talked to anyone about it, and I was in that doom stage of like, it's too late anyway. I'll never look good. I'll never be passing. So I'll just give up. And so when I created my character, I wanted to create a character that like wasn't really a human, because then I wouldn't feel so weird representing it, you know? And I didn't want to create a male character because it would feel wrong. I didn't want to create a female character because I didn't want people on the internet going, "Why are you a female character when you don't sound like a woman?"
The apropos nature of this. Okay, so I don't mean to. If I have to share, so I did this because I come from a theater background a little bit. I kind of like Shakespearean stuff. So,
Ooh.
I did this whole event called Zargram's Gender Bender Ender, where my character was randomly cursed to be a female, and Chad had to solve a bunch of puzzles to help turn me back. But there were like residual effects of the curse, so now there's a chat redemption that normally works, but right now it doesn't because APIs are messed up. Where they can make me switch into my female model. I'm actually not trans, but I figured, it might be kind of a fun, recurring thing going on. But it's interesting that you were asking yourself, well, if you're having experience on this dysphoria, how would it feel having this model that people might, get on your case about? But I haven't run into that yet. Maybe that's because I'm small. So I think that, if you ever felt like changing that, you should definitely, do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And so I've only been out for a little over 2 years now. I don't think it's 3 years yet.
Uh-huh.
I've only been transitioning for that long.
Uh-huh.
And so I do plan in the future when I have enough money saved up to get a model created.
Uh-huh.
This little goober that is my representation. His actual name is Reginald. I named him after Reginald von Bartlesby from Borderlands 2.
That's cute.
I fucking love Borderlands. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but he's waving one around.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I noticed that you put a little... you got a mascot on your mascot. Yo, dog, I heard you like mascots.
I could put another one on top of the tail of the one.
Do it. Come on. Oh, guys, you go for it.
Item settings, add item. The only challenge is getting it to actually stick to the tail while it's moving so rapidly.
Okay, chat. Moo needs your support. Everyone start chanting moo in chat. We can do this. Come on. Moo. Come on, you can do this. Moo. Heart of the cards. You can do this. Come on, moo. Let's go. Moo.
I'm trying to make everything as large as I can and just drag it over so the tail
Phrasing.
is as large as possible.
Phrasing. Anyway, moo. Come on, you can do this. You can do it. Come on, moo.
I don't know if I can. The tail's moving.
You can do this. No. Do not give in to the stinking thinking. You can do this. Come on. Chat, we believe, right? Moo can do this. Moo can make the shot. Take the shot, Moo. You got this. It's all you, Moo. Come on, Moo.
I don't know if it's gonna let me. I don't think it's gonna let me. I've got it on the thing that has.
Well, if it won't let you, then you can put it on top of your head. How about that?
That's true. Oh yeah, no, I can't pin it to the thing that's pinned to my model. That's a shame.
Okay, we can just put it on your head as like a Among Us reference.
Yeah, I can just. I mean, that's where it was at the start. Look how tiny it is.
I can't even see it. It's so small. Hey, wait. I guess you're a grower, not a shower.
Exactly. There we go. It's bigger now.
All right.
Here, let me just. It's on the ear. It's on the ear.
You got Moo on the mind.
Exactly.
Ooh, that could be a T-shirt for your merch store. Moo on the mind.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah. It could be like someone's.
I need to fix my merch store.
I don't even have one. I'm tiny.
I still haven't fixed it since Stream Elements changed their merch provider and changed their whole store stuff. And is like, hey, you got to move this over. And I'm like, okay, I started the process to move it over. It changed the URL and everything. But it's like, now you have to reset up all of your store and all your merchandise on the store.
Oh my god. I used to have to go through that too as an accountant for small businesses. So I know exactly what that's like. Oh my god. Yeah, it hurts. There goes your entire afternoon or whole work day.
Exactly. Look at it yeah, sure, we can look at it together later tonight or tomorrow. Also, Samuel, you got me on the mind.
Yeah, you should actually...
Why settle for the mind when you can have the body?
Or the soul.
I don't think they want me on their soul. I'm gonna corrupt that shit.
Moo, you're dumb. How can you possibly not know how prevalent the corruption kink is?
That's true. I don't know if this sub specifically has
good point.
I have another sub who wants full degradation, become an object, become used and thrown away as their king.
Oh, look what Sage just said.
Maybe I'm into corruption. Oh, maybe you're into corruption.
I mean, I've noticed that people who are into the eldritch horror genre, especially with DOMs or whatever, they tend to almost always be into that. I'm actually into transformation usually. I won't ever divulge what my
Transformation could be hot, yeah.
yeah. I'm not going to divulge what my NSFW persona is because I like to kind of try and keep things separate if I can. But if you're part of my channel, then you probably already know because I'm not that great at keeping it a secret. But yeah, a lot of times people will say like back when I was doming, people would say they want me to corrupt them, like, but it's supposed to be consensual. It's supposed to not, like, I actually had all these whole things I would set up, and people would just read none of it. They would do none of the homework, and they just want me to just take care of them during the sessions. Like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. Not everyone can sub, just like not everyone can dom.
Yeah. Sayupi over here though is a good sub.
Aw.
Also, Alemda in chat that you see is my girlfriend that I mentioned earlier.
Uh-huh.
And she's also my first sub.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I started my dungeon with her. I started my dungeon after I started transitioning because I had always had an interest in it, but I'm like, I can't be a dominatrix.
You would be surprised how similar it is to being a dungeon master in D&D. It's weird. You're a master of ceremonies in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, why am I telling
the
you
reason,
this?
The reason I didn't think I could do it before, because I was always heavily into BDSM. The reason I didn't think I could do it before, because that was pre-transition move. I'm like, I can't be a dominatrix. I'm just a dude.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that sentiment was out there. Okay. Huh.
What was out there?
That sentiment was out there. I kind of accidentally lead my way into being a dom sometimes, so...
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of odd how that happened.
Fair, yeah. Circumstances can take everyone.
Oh yeah, in more ways than one. Anyway,
Almond was the first person to ask me if off stream I'd like to use she/her pronouns and stuff. Because at that point I had like talked to her about my gender dysphoria and stuff like that, but also talked to her about how I'd kind of given up on it. And she's the one who convinced me to go for it.
Well, I guess we have Alamda to thank for lots of things then.
Oh, absolutely. And in a funny way, I'm also, so she's the reason I started HRT, and I'm the reason she started HRT. Because she was struggling to get it through the Swedish healthcare system, and I found a third-party way to get it for her, and convinced her to start a goal on her streams for funding for it.
Okay. I've had some friends who are also trans, and I've noticed that a lot of times that the beginning stages of HRT can be very, very rough, and that it can cause a lot of, like, socially it can also be rough, because obviously the body is a biochemical creature, right? So when you're adjusting things, obviously it's going to affect everything in it. And I've noticed that there's like I can just tell by the way they talk and everything like that at certain points it can be very stressful for them. And hey Yuri, welcome, another one of my subs.
Ooh.
Actually, Yuri's one of the most loyal ones.
Cute. Mood swings, yeah. Tiredness, yeah.
Yep.
And another one that a lot of times people don't think about is that period where you're visually, you look kind of in the middle. Because you're still in your transition through hormones. You look in the middle. People in public see you and they're like, is that male? Is that female?
Yeah.
And you get a lot of weird looks from people.
Yeah. I'm cis male, but I have no problem with people being trans and stuff like that. Maybe a long time ago, I might have been a bit confused by it, but yeah, at this point, I kind of view it the same way I view people who might be a homo or bi, whatever. I'm saying, you know what? It may not be my thing, but it doesn't have to be. I exist in the same world as this other person. Therefore, I can just I don't have to be into the same everything that the same person's into to be friends with them. Is the conclusion I reached, and so I figured, you know what? Yeah, I can. You don't have to overlap on absolutely everything with a person to be friends with them. That's so yeah.
I've got plenty of straight friends. I got plenty of bi friends. I'm like, I'm pure lesbian.
Sure, I can understand that.
Everyone's got their flavors of ice cream.
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
Oh yeah. So okay. So literal talk for a moment here. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Like actual ice cream?
Until I tried this one flavor a hot minute ago, I would have said like either like sweet cream or chocolate ice cream with peanut butter ribbons or chocolate peanut butter cup ice cream.
Okay.
But I had an ice cream the other day. It was chocolate ice cream with fudge ribbons throughout it and peanut butter cookie dough chunks.
Interesting.
And it was really fucking good.
Sounds good. Was the base vanilla for the rest of it, or
no chocolate?
Oh, interesting.
Chocolate ice cream, fudge swirls all throughout, and
nice.
It was like a brownie fudge swirl, and then then peanut butter cookie dough. So it was like it had those little bits of like chocolate chips in it. It was peanut buttery and it was cookie dough.
Wow, that sounds great.
So good.
We would call that in my family a belly bomber because it would taste so good, but then you're gonna feel it in your gut later because it's gonna be so rich.
No, the fat goes straight to the titties.
I like you. You're funny. Okay.
Thank you. You too, you cutie.
All right. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, let me ask you this. I have noticed since you seem to be into the kink scene, and I have experience with it. I've noticed a lot of people. They might say that they want to go long term, but then they hit it and quit it. They never come back, or they ghost you, and there was like no indication of things gone wrong. Has that ever happened to you, where you do all the setup and everything like that, everything's going great, and then they just vanish forever?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have had a lot of people who are like trying to schedule things. I'm just like, I'm sorry, my schedule's too packed right now. I can't do this.
Yeah. I can understand that.
But I haven't really had a sub schedule an appointment and then like not show up unless it was a real life emergency, and then they message me and they're like, hey, can we reschedule? I guess
that's one of the important differences, because I would do a lot of doming online, and you seem to do it in real life, which is which is fine. Everyone's got their own different strokes for different folks. But I guess that's going to be some of the differences. I imagine you're certified in CPR and stuff like that as well, right?
I do all of my dungeon online. I have had one IRL appointment, a pet visited IRL, but I live with family currently, and I live in Kentucky. So extra oof on the IRL side.
Yeah.
I've had one sub visit IRL, and we did bondage stuff. She came and stayed for a week, and there was a lot of fun that happened during that time.
Okay.
And one such was I had her tied to the bed, so arms and legs spread out. She was wearing a blindfold that had little speakers in it, so she could listen to her hypnosis stuff.
Interesting.
And she had I had a spandex bondage hood I brought and put on her, and we strapped a wand to her with rope.
Okay.
And I had her tied up for around 4 hours in that.
Okay.
And every time she tried to squirm her way out of it, I would whip her thighs with a switch. And most of the squirming was just because she started to like panic of, am I there or not? Because she can't hear, she can't see, she has no idea. The doubt sets in.
You really are from the South. You called it a switch. I love it. You really are.
No, I'm actually. So I'm born and raised in California. I live in Kentucky right now.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard another name for it.
Well, there's flogs, there's whips, there's paddles.
Oh no, this is the long, thin, flexible rod.
Oh.
The switch, like the switch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the thing you heard earlier.
Nice. Interesting.
I also have the 5-foot bullwhip. However, that one was a little bit too powerful for her.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Those can actually rend flesh. You got to be very careful how you do that.
What I did for most of it was fold it in half and grab the tip of it by the handle, so using it sort of like a belt.
Can we just pause for a quick second here? Hi, Spiper! We happen to be interviewing a person who is into the BDSM and kink scene. I don't know if you're comfortable with that, but I appreciate that you came by to support the stream. I just thought I'd give you a quick content warning. I don't know what your disposition is towards that, but good day. It's great to see you, dude. Sorry, please continue.
Yeah, so that one was a way for her to tolerate it more, because she was not a pain slut.
Yeah,
a little light spanking was probably best for her. Light switching.
I can understand.
I brought out a bunch of gadgets, so to speak, for that one. I brought the bondage rope, obviously. I brought the leather cuffs. I brought an anal hook
Uh-huh.
for some rigging with that.
Mm-hmm.
I brought some e-stim stuff. I brought an arm binder.
Oh, that
I
stuff's
brought the sensor.
expensive. You got the Love Ed stuff? Wow. Or do you
No,
mean like
e-stim.
electronic?
I do have Love-In stuff, yes. I have, in terms of Love-Ins, I have the Dami, I have the Hush, I have the Gush, I have the Gemini,
Uh-huh.
I have the Max, I have the Edge. I've got a lot of them.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to send you a link with the... So a lot of the my experience with the BDSM stuff has been through the furry fandom. And a lot of this, one of the things I would do, don't share that link, please, but...
I won't, don't worry.
Thank you. Because I try to keep the Zargan persona separate from my NSFW one. But one of the things I would like to do sometimes with my subs is we would get art together with our characters and stuff. That was always a lot of fun for me.
Cute.
I know, it was always fun. I think the record for biggest collaboration we had was what, like 24 people in one image? Yeah, it was this one. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna send you something too. I just went through the message history with that sub. Because I know I remembered at one point I sent them everything I have, like a list of all the stuff to discuss what things they would like to try
like
when
F-list?
visiting.
Is it like F-list? Like Flist.net?
No, it's just I literally just typed out everything I have.
Okay. That's...
And now you have it.
Hang on a second. Let me... since we're sharing... I could make a... okay, since you said these jokes are okay, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh my.
I'm kidding. But...
Don't be shocked if mine's bigger.
You might be surprised. I come from the hyper community.
Oh, I see, I see.
Anyway, okay. Mind control box. Oh, I had a joke item I invented for subs. It's called the, what did I call it? Oh my god. It was a box that would have a bunch of tentacle monsters stuck inside, and all anyone else could see was just your head poking out. So everyone, it's kind of a humiliation play, so everyone could see your, ahai-gao faces while they can't see anything else, and you're locked inside this box at the same time. I thought it was I thought it was funny, but...
Now, I have a question.
Okay.
Are a lot of these... Okay, it looks like... So I was going to say, are a lot of these real-life supplies you have, or...
No, it's made up.
Okay.
Yeah, getting this stuff... tentacle monsters are not real, so...
I mean... I've seen some videos come out of Japan that could prove that wrong.
Well, those usually what they do is they have like puppet tentacles that are on rigs.
No, I'm talking about octopus. I'm talking about the octopus one.
Now I feel kind of sad because
That
it's kind of
is terrible.
exploitation.
I know. I'm sorry for that joke.
I feel so sorry for the octopus now.
I know, honestly.
But yeah, this was an imaginary piece of gear which I can't put on stream because we're on Purple Twitch. But anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? We got really off subject. Oh man.
Yeah, there's some things in that list.
Oh. Okay.
Oh boy, you're gonna read those. You're gonna be like, what?
No. I used to in Second Life with my NSFW persona, we would run a sim. That's what we call World, and we had a whole dungeon full of all kinds of toys. So this is all pretty ordinary stuff I've seen.
Have you ever experienced sounding IRL though?
Oh, that is so true. That can be really dangerous if this person doesn't know what they're doing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You gotta use medical lube. You can't use normal lube.
No, yeah.
You gotta properly disinfect and use medical lube.
And you gotta make sure that you're not gonna get jostled while you're doing it too. You gotta be really careful.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Strap them down.
I mean, it's basically like putting in a catheter. So
yeah. For a lot of sounding, best advice: let gravity take it in. Don't try and force it.
I'm not exactly into that per se, but I have been approached by a weird number of people an unusual number of people, I should be a bit more nice about that, on Second Life who want me, who I'm not personally into vor, but I have a lot of people who approach me who are into it. And I never anticipated that, because I like tall, I made a persona that was basically a tall female, effectively. I won't go into all the details, but apparently...
You're gonna get all those requests.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I get all these requests of people who want me to have my character eat them. I'm like, I did not plan for this. And to be honest, I'm technically a Switch, but I'm very, very picky about the people I let dom me and the stuff I do. So I basically end up doming most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting world.
Boot picks.
Oh, you have a boot collection? Oh, those are gonna get so expensive so fast.
I don't have a well, I've got like 5 or 6 pairs of boots. I don't have a collection.
How is that not a collection?
A collection is so much more. So those are my chunky goth boots. I have taller boots than that.
Okay.
I'm 5'10" without the boots.
Okay. I'm
With
5'7".
the boots on, I can be like 6'2" to 6'4" depending on the boots.
Nice. Though I have to wonder, how in the heck do you prevent chafing in boots that long? Are you using like talcum powder on the inside so that you can actually?
No.
What?
Perfectly fine.
Or
A lot of times I wear like leggings.
I was about to ask. Yep.
I haven't gone out into town with them with bare thighs because again, I don't want to tan. I
Yeah.
don't want to lose the pale.
I get it. Yeah.
How can I be the goth dommy mommy if I lose the pale?
Hey.
There's non-pale goths out there. But
Yeah.
not my
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Come on.
My ideal aesthetic is the pale. I'm gonna be fucking paler than Morticia Addams.
I was gonna bring that character up right now. Yes. Oh, have you seen that lovely one-man show that's the Addams Family moves to Gotham City?
I don't think I have.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Sounds wonderful.
It is hilarious, and it's so... The only character who's not completely faithfully represented is Batman, but they're kind of the butt end of all the jokes, because Addams Family is kind of a comedy. Goes to... It's so funny. If you got time to watch it, you should definitely make...
Have you ever seen that episode of Scooby-Doo that crossovers with the Addams Family?
I think I did. That's like from like the 60s. That's like from way, way back.
Yeah. That's like one of the few episodes of Scooby-Doo where the monster's real.
That and Zombie Island.
Yeah. Is that the one where there was the voodoo people and they
There were the cat
dolls?
people, the cat ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did the voodoo dolls and like they actually started melting the faces off.
I know! That was so messed up! Oh, that was definitely something.
There's also the one where they get sucked into the computer program and there's
Cyber
the,
Chase.
electric dude. Yeah. That one I would consider real because like even though it's a computer virus, it's still sentient and doing things.
Yeah. It's Scooby-Doo is kind of like one rung down in terms of horror normally than Courage the Cowardly Dog. If I had a kid, then
Courage was so good.
Yeah, I love the music from Courage the Cowardly Dog, especially the one from Dr. Zalost. Oh, were you just... Oh! Return the slab, or suffer my curse.
Remember Fantasy Flan?
Yeah. So, okay.
Such good shows.
I don't know how much you're... Within a toss, within what you're allowed to share, what is one of... Because if you're a dom, you have stories. You absolutely do.
Yes.
But... while preserving identities or preserving secrecy and not kissing and telling, and while remaining in toss, do you have any stories you'd like to share?
I could share the clicker trading.
Oh.
So I like clicker trading. It's a personal sadistic joy of mine to clicker train people. I've clicker trained most of the pets that I've had in my dungeon, if not all of them. That includes my girlfriend.
Okay.
That includes Sayopita Puppy over here. If you ever hear me snap, you'll notice a response in chat shortly after.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. I saw it right now.
Oh, there's my girlfriends. So I clicker train everyone to different things though, because it's extra fun that way.
Sure.
Almond, do you mind if I share what I clicker trained you to?
You don't have to if you don't want to, Almond.
Yeah. Sail is clicker trained to bark every time I snap. Yeah, we've spoken about it on stream a lot, because we're on another stream other than our own. That's why I was asking. So
I'm in danger!
I'm in danger! Yes, you are, you naughty, naughty boy.
Oh. I'm not as nice as you think.
Anyway.
In fact, I'm usually pretty tame by most people's standards. But that's a whole other topic. You were
Go
saying?
ahead, Pat. So I've clicker trained Sayo to bark. I clicker trained my girlfriend to 2 orgasms every time we were doing schmexy stuff. Every time we were doing things. Anytime she was about to come, I snap, and I clicker trained her to it. The
Wow.
Pavlov dog her
Yeah.
orgasms, and there's a sub that I've done the opposite to, where I've Pavlov dogged them to orgasm denial.
Oh.
I had like multiple sessions over the course of a week where I would edge them and then deny them, and every time I turned off the toys, I would snap. And then I would count down from 10 and I would turn them back on. And we repeated that between 10 to 15 times before ending the session.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just got to make them thoroughly blue-balled
Oh, yeah.
for an entire week until they were finally allowed to come.
It's called edging, not jumping.
Exactly. But so I edged them for a week, and every time I denied them, I snapped and I clicker trained them to the denial.
I think my
That
record...
clicker training has worn off because I haven't had a session with them in such a long time.
Okay. I think my record is like 2 to 3 weeks, but I'm playing. My card deck is playing with male hormones, so that's how that goes. But
Yeah.
That's interesting because I actually have a funny story. If we're talking about the torments that are unleashed on subs, I won't say who, but it was in Second Life. It was in one of those kinds of clubs that are, let's say they're the After Dark kind of clubs. Anyway, there was someone there who was doing a Love Ends show, and people could donate to do this and that. And during the show, we were able to talk back and forth with them and stuff. And the topic comes up of an ice dildo. And
Oh, temperature play.
yeah, I donate something, and they say, hey, yeah, I happen to have one of those in my freezer. I'm like, and I say, okay, I will donate a certain amount of money if you read the Vaporeon copy pasta while taking it.
That is beautiful.
Yes, it was hilarious. I even recorded the thing. It was so funny, but it was awesome.
That is beautiful. Did they start shivering at any point?
Yes.
Really reducing the core temp there, giving her the football player.
Oh yes. Where are you gonna put that rod? I'm gonna cool down his core.
I think he needs 2 of them.
Thank you. Oh, lucky bastard. If you guys don't know, we're referencing a famous scene from a kind of mediocre Spike show called Blue Mountain State, where because they're training in summer, they'll get hyperthermia. And so this guy will take out a literal ice rod and shove it up their ass to cool them down.
Yeah. Such a great scene. All over YouTube. All over YouTube.
Yes.
I would be surprised if people haven't seen it.
It's so funny. Though I tried watching the rest of the show. I honestly think that's probably the funniest moment of the show. I tried watching the rest of it. It wasn't really my thing. But that's just me.
Fair. I'm not really into sports stuff, but that one, I love that scene.
I know that feeling. Because I got a shirt that says, Sports Ball, care because reasons.
Yes. I call it sports ball all the time, too.
Yeah. You know, another thing that, okay, if you're doing a lot of clicker training, then you must be, what's the word? Have you noticed kind of an uptick in popularity with puppy play?
Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Ever since like some of those pictures of people
Furries
wearing...
became more openly accepted.
Yeah, but also people wearing that specific kind of leather mask. I think someone like opened a shop and they started getting a lot more prolific. That seems to be a lot more popular these days. I find that interesting.
I mean, it entirely makes sense. It's one of those like base level kinks because it goes down to like people are often so a lot of kink is psychology, as you know.
Yeah.
My personal theory on that, a lot of people are really stressed with everyday life, and so they want someone to take control, and they don't.
Yes.
They want to be the opposite of society.
Yes.
They don't want to have to be human for a moment.
I gotta tell you, so many times if I'm doming, I feel less like a dom and more like a babysitter.
That's honestly fair.
Though I am not into. I should be very, very clear about this. I am not into diaper or baby play. That is not my thing. I do not do that.
Same.
I
actually had someone like send me messages sort of angrily because they like told me that they were into it. I'm just like, oh, okay, like good for you. It's not really my kink, like not really my thing, but you know, like I'm happy you have something.
Yep.
And they sent me angry messages being like, I know it's not for everybody, but you didn't have to be to me. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I just said I'm not personally into it. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
How dare you not like the thing that I like? Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I once was dumbing for people like years and years ago. I was dumbing for a couple at the same time, and the female entity of the couple came to me and asked if I would be willing to do that kind of play. I said I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm not into that, and they got kind of mad at me as well and started kink shaming me. And this one actually, and another time where people got mad at me too when I said I'm not into something was I got approached on Twitter by someone who was talking in code about a lot of stuff. It was so sketchy. It was so sketchy. And they say, would you be interested in any of the heathen stuff? I'm like, as long as it's not illegal, as long as it's not...
say what you're going to do.
Right? As long as it's not illegal or unethical or something like that. And then they immediately get mad at me. And I'm like, oh god, this person was like a scout for like one of those communities.
Yeah, so my thing is like I make sure my subs are safe. If we're doing breath play long distance,
oh
it's
god,
with hands. It's with hands on mouth and nose.
Yes, that is. Oh.
Can't go wrong with that. If we're doing bondage long distance, there are no knots. It is ties that are essentially you're holding it, and as soon as you let go of it, there is nothing holding you.
Yeah.
Example, a good one is taking ribbon or rope or cords, whatever you have, gripping it, one end in each, one end in your hand, other end, other hand, and then just rolling your wrists. Because then you can just roll in the opposite direction and get out of it. There is no risk of permanent stuck. I check on my pets repeatedly to make sure that they're getting good circulation.
Yes.
With a pet that I had in tighter bondage, I made them do a video like call in Discord so I could see that all of their extremities were still good all throughout.
Yep.
And if anything started getting discolored anyway, even like a little too red, I was like, nope. Don't do that.
Yep. I know exactly what you're saying.
Gotta make sure they're safe.
I should tell you, one kink for that someone wanted me to do for them was Findom, and I felt
I've heard that before, but I can't. My brain's not placing it.
Okay, it's financial domination. Some people get really off by giving people money, but I developed a safe way to do it that does not break someone's bank account because I do not like being a toxic dom. I don't want to be a toxic dom, and I don't want to be.
Sorry to tell you about this.
And so the way that you can do this safely is you have a ratio that, let's say, 100 play money equals 1 penny in real life. That way, they can still talk about all the stuff that gets them going and whatever, but they're not going to bankrupt themselves doing it.
Yes.
I tried suggesting stuff like fake money entirely, but apparently that wasn't enough for them. So yeah.
I have a pet that I hadn't had, the same one with the edging. I did recently have a session with them after not having a session with them for like half a year or so. About what time? Can't give it like an accurate, give or take some months. I had a session with them, and they told me before the session, like about 2 months ago, they told me this, that they've gotten like recently, because they're in the total degradation, they've gotten recently into like giving e-girls money and then having them like basically degrade him on the internet. And I'm like, sweetie, how much a month are you spending?
Oh boy, here we go.
And it was around $1,000.
Yep, there it is.
And I was like, no, you're making a promise right now. Your budget is $300. You're not spending more than $300, and you're not giving it to random e-girls.
Yeah.
I will provide you recorded ASMR. I will provide you these things, which normally I didn't do this. They were the first person I recorded ASMR and stuff for.
Yeah.
Normally it was just dungeon sessions and like things. I was like, I will do ASMR recordings, things like that. But you will have a budget and you will not spend over that budget.
Yep.
And so they like the financial domination aspect, and I've managed to cut down their spending.
Good for you.
I think where they're at is about $120 in a month.
Good.
Which is a lot better than $1,000.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'd be curious if you were to ask them about setting a ratio as well. That way they can, literally spend less and still hopefully get the same, fun out of it.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm not trying to pry. I'm just trying to say maybe. Sorry, I'm a helper. So when I hear about a situation, I take an interest in it. So it's
all good, sweetie.
All right.
The head pat.
So,
no, you can continue on. I'm just saying it's all good. You don't need to worry about prying or anything.
Okay. So I was also thinking about. I happen to know someone who can make VTuber models relatively for cheap. I don't know what your price point is. I got mine done for like $500.
So my model right now that's rigged, and you see,
mm-hmm.
I made this. I made this little shit.
Ooh, cool.
I this was the first thing I've ever made in live 2D cubism. I learned how to rig just for this. I drew it. I have an art tablet.
Nice.
I used to draw terrible cursed creations.
Mm-hmm.
I drew this little fuck. It's like 30 fucking layers.
Oh, yeah.
And then I rigged it.
Wow, unbelievable. But
and it was pain, especially because I didn't buy live 2D cubism. I used the free version because there is a free version that they offer, but it limits a lot of the stuff you can do with it, including copy paste. They take away copy paste from you.
What?
You can't Control C, Control V, or
what?
right click copy, right click paste.
You're joking with me.
I'm not joking. It's a Japanese program. They're really trying to ham fist the money out of you.
Oh God.
They take away your ability to copy paste, and I might or might not be dyslexic. That's up in the air. Never been tested. I do mix up L's, I's, D's, and B's sometimes, and I get words swapped around a lot. But it might also just be I think too fast for talking.
Here, if you're up to it, I can send you the link to the artist I got for my thing. Let's see. What is that site they use? They use something that acts kind of like an escrow thing, or what is it?
Fiverr?
It's not Fiverr, but that's a good guess. What is it called? I can't remember what the place is called. Is it VSync? V something? I can't remember. Oh, wait. It's no, that's not it. VGen. Okay. So I'll send you their link, and you can determine if you like their price points or whatever. But if you ever want to make a model, they might be able to hook you up for a good price.
Ooh, I'll take a look see at that.
I was also thinking about your aesthetic and your vibe going on. I already was thinking of like things I could sketch that would be like concept art for this, because I'm thinking, okay,
we got on a tangent way long ago. This question was asked, and now I remember I was gonna say what my model is gonna be when I save up money for it.
Okay.
We went on tangent.
Sorry.
ADHD go burn. No. It's okay.
We're two ADD people just going every which way.
So have you ever watched Monster Musume?
Yes, I love that anime.
Ragnarok. My idea for my model is I'm going to get an arachnid lady.
You would.
Eldritch Spider Mommy.
That fits so well for your vibe. That fits so well. You would.
Thank you.
I've only known you for like a few hours, and I can already tell you, yep, that'd be perfect.
Oh, another fun thing. Warframe's releasing a Spider-Girl Warframe.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No,
okay,
I'm actually afraid of spiders, but if they ever have a Naga one, like a snake lady one, then I'm so fucking there.
The frame is named Oraxia, and she's going to be in the Isle Weaver update.
Oh, I gotta see this.
She is great. Copy, paste.
I'm not. The only kind of spider girls I can get down with are the ones that are chitinous, not the hairy kind. The hairy ones just trigger my arachnophobia.
Okay, so you like Black Widow, not what's the name of the big ones? You like
Tarantula.
Black Widow? Not Tarantula.
I can get behind them. I'm not totally into it, but I can like when I was I don't know if you ever heard of this old indie game called Corruption of Champions.
I don't think I have.
What? You like Corruption and Transformation, and you have never played this?
No, I actually haven't played a lot of schmutt games, so to speak.
Wait, okay, Sael's going, yep.
It has to have good gameplay.
It's a text game.
Okay, that's probably why.
Even my guy,
So I need
even
visuals,
Yurei
I'm
is
sorry.
surprised by this. Even Yurei is amazed that you haven't played this. Okay, I'm sending
So,
you the
like,
link.
So it has to have good gameplay. That's like a need for me. Fun fact about Moo. More Moo lore here. This is some IRL Moo lore.
Uh-huh.
I have gone to college. I have a degree. The degree is in game design. I'm a programmer. I'm a
Ooh!
game developer, baby.
I'm developing a game right now. Oh my god, this is so cool.
Ooh, what kind of game are you developing?
Well, I'm gaming right now. I'm developing a board game, well, tabletop game, traditional type game, but it's a
Ooh.
tile setting game, and I'm actually in like open beta. I just went to a protospiel to get it tested, and I'm actually going to be implementing a lot of the changes, and I'm actually going to be trying to do a crowdfunding for that. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, you and I could probably talk some about. I would love your feedback because at one point, in order to try to promote it, I was hoping to do like a crossover stream with a bunch of other streamers, and we all play maybe a round, a game or two of it. It also has like a fortune telling thing built into it as well as the game, but.
So is it like full physical tabletop, or is it tabletop simulator style online tabletop?
Okay, so I have a tangible version that I've made and been designing and working on, and I also have a version that I've adapted to tabletop simulator.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's, and I mean, I have also been talking to an artist who I get a lot of stuff from because they're so cheap and they're so fast, and I've been working with them for years. And I've been talking to them about digitizing it as well because given certain geopolitical situations, going for a tangible release might be difficult. This Kickstarter might succeed when it happens, but I don't know if I'd be able to have the means to go international shipping after that.
Yeah.
So I might end up having to
digitize
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digitize is always the easiest way. Steam, it's $100 to go through the greenlight process, and then you got your game up on Steam.
Well,
it's
hey,
just $100 fee.
If you ever want to, if you ever take commissions for programming and stuff like that, I'd love to have a conversation with you about that sometime. But
I'm much too ADHD to do that because
okay.
I am very much, I hyper fixate on it. I program a lot on the projects I'm on, and then I burn out. And I
God,
be for a long time.
That's what happens to me.
I have a game that's like 90% fucking done. You remember like Endless Runners, Endless Fallers?
I don't think I played that one.
Oh no, it's just like a genre of games, like old
games, okay.
Where you're moving in one direction continuously. You can't control the direction you move in, but you control like side to side or up and down. You move in that one direction and you avoid
ones
obstacles.
Like this. Yep.
I created one that I wanted to be like, my idea for it was like a little fun game to play while you're on the toilet, because like
right.
It's just when I was playing a lot of Idle Brick Breaker, Idle Brick Breaker, and like those ones where it's like you bounce the ball around and make it hit the things to break it without making it go out of bounds, kind of thing. Those kinds of games. I was playing a lot of shit like that while I was just bored. Almond, how dare you? You naughty bitch. Anyway, I was playing a lot of that.
Wait, a game designer, huh? What did they do?
So immediately after I graduated from college, there was some family gathering thing that my mom was like, "Hey, you're going to this," and I'm like, "Okay." She's very much a brag about my child to everyone, and she's like on my ass constantly now because she doesn't have new things to brag about to people. And she feels upset that like she sees these other people having like amazing lives and she can't brag about her kids like these other people can brag about their kids. She I guess had apparently bragged to literally everybody in our family that I was going to college for game design and I was a programmer and stuff. And so a fucking cousin that I didn't even know at the time, like never even fucking met them, that I can remember. I've probably met them before and just forgotten them because I have terrible memory for face and names. They walk up to me at this family gathering and they're just like, "Hey, I heard you went to college for game design. Can you show me?"
Okay.
And I want to pose a logical question. How are you supposed to show someone that?
Right?
So I'm like, I get a little fucked up idea in my brain. I'm like, okay, I have my laptop there. I was watching YouTube. I open up Unity, and I create essentially 2 rectangles, and I can't remember if I added a sphere onto one of them at the base or not. But I opened up Visual Studio. It's been a hot minute since I used it.
Mhm.
C# pro made a script for movement controls for WASD keys. Lock the positions of the things so that only one of them can move, and it can only move along the x-axis,
Uh-huh.
so left, right. And I then did it, and I just left, right on the arrow keys, make it go back and forth out of the other rectangle, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. I
Okay.
made sex. And she brings that up every fucking time because I hate that question. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you've done this thing? Show me."
Yeah. It's kind of like
It's like, do you want me to just open up C#? Do you want to just look at C#? Are you gonna know what this means?
Yeah, it's a skill that is a lot. It does a lot more complicated stuff. It's kind of like what I think Jeff Foxworthy said on a comedy thing, where he said, "Being a comedian is not the same kind of joke, same kind of job as being, like, say, a carpenter. You can't just go to someone and say, 'Hey, be funny.' It's not that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, and like, the worst fucking part of working in teams is the deprecated content. Have you ever experienced that?
I am a sole one-person operation in terms of developing these games. I've collaborated with other people, but I've mostly been, like, the digitization is the most other hands-on I've had on this, other than the manufacturing. So I don't have experience with that thing, unfortunately.
Okay, so I had essentially the team captain was like, he was real anal about always having something to do, not finish your work and make it work. And so, because I am, I hyperfixate, I program things quickly.
Yeah.
I finished the stuff and had, like, extra time. So he's like, "Oh, you don't have anything to work on? Just come up with ideas for random environmental hazards."
What?
Game design wise, just imagine like Ori and the Blind Forest, or
Yeah,
one of those
yeah.
platformers with combat and environmental hazards. And he's like, just come up with environmental hazards. And I'm like, okay. So I made so many fucking things. I made like 30 different things, and only like 4 of them ended up in the game.
Yeah.
And one of them that didn't end up in the game was a ballista that would track the player.
Ooh.
But it would have a speed at which it tracked at, so it wasn't just like laser focus on.
Right.
It would then fire a bolt, so to speak, a big arrow. It would stick into a surface, and once it stuck into a surface, once it hit an object, it would turn off its hurt box, and it would replace it with a collider. So now it's a platform.
Oh, cool.
And it had a list of arrows, so it could fire, I think, like 2 or 3 arrows before it started removing them and putting them back in a list.
Yeah.
And so that never got put in the game. And I made so many level designs involving those platforms. Like, the player has to scale up a vertical tunnel by using ballistas on both sides to make platforms, and never got in. And it made me so goddamn mad.
I can empathize entirely with what you're saying. I used to work as an accountant, but I was not a very good one. And I would have a boss who I might get done early and say, "Hey, do you mind if I run to the dollar store just to get a snack or something like that?" And it's like, "Actually, I do mind that you leaving," and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh." Like, they wanted me to be busy, not productive. Or they want, okay.
Exactly.
Like, I once said, okay, dude, we shouldn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And their response, and I kid you not, was, "Well, we shouldn't let the good be the enemy of the great." I'm like, yeah, I can hear yours.
That's a lot of time. That's people who haven't, like, actually done the work themselves, and that is the mentality of, we pay you for your time, not your production.
Yeah, it's so dumb, Anyway,
every fucking study done in businesses shows that is not what leads to productivity increases. And when you do that to people, you micromanage them and you incentivize not good work or not finishing work but working for longer times, work quality decreases.
Yeah.
And productivity decreases and profits decrease. So it's
Yep.
bad for the company too. They're just too up their ass to know it.
Oh, believe me, I'm well aware. I went to business school for this stuff, so believe me, I know exactly what you're talking about. But this is the problem with companies being run by so-called humans, is that they want to be, they don't, as bosses, they want to be emotionally validated. They don't want to actually be a good leader.
They're not bosses because they're good at the job and got to there. They're bosses. Oh, knock on my door. 1 second.
No problem. So, anyways, chat, while Mugama's doing that, how are you guys holding up? You guys, did we bore you guys to sleep yet, or are you guys still with us? I guess chat's asleep right now.
Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. My brother was knocking at my door.
No problem.
As I said earlier, I do live with family.
I'm doing pretty good, Sayel. Nice to talk to you. You should see what Yuri just posted. Companies are led by animated living suits. It is so true.
Yes. Yeah, we're all in Kill la Kill.
Well, here, I want actually near the end of my master's degree, I got this thing called. I did a whole thing on like leadership, and I ended up making this poster about toxic leadership. I'm gonna send you the image to this. I'm gonna send you the FA link and the actual thing because I don't know if you have FA or not. But boom, it's actually screw it. I'll just put it up on the thing. Yeah, I'll just do that. Duh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just overthink things.
Oh, same all the time.
Oh my god.
Oh, the ball game. The ball game. I got distracted.
What thing?
I went on a tangent. The game that I was talking about that's like 90% done.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
It's an endless runner style game. I created a procedural generation system in there for creating the level indefinitely. So you're indefinitely falling and you have to avoid the obstacles. I created touchscreen controls for movement via little buttons on the left and right that you tap to move in that direction. I made the procedural generation. I created a score that would count up the longer you win, and I also created a value that would increase off the same like timer essentially. That would increase your velocity up to a certain cap to increase the difficulty the longer you go. And everything is done.
Nice.
Everything for the game is done except art because I'm not really an artist. And prefabrication for the level segments. I have them procedurally generating and placing each other off of a system of loading 3 in at a time from a list of available segments. And every time you enter a new segment, it replaces one of those. It replaces the 3. It checks the segment you're currently in, and then it takes the previous current segment and it sets that to previous segment. And it loads in a new segment ahead and scrubs out next segment slot and turns that one to next segment. And then when you enter that segment, it takes the next segment, turns to current segment, and like it cycles through and it recycles the segments that are turned off and teleports them to like a specific location, turns off all their colliders and everything, all their visuals, just turns off the game object in Unity. And it's just constantly loading it at a new location based on where the ball is. The ball the character controls. And the only thing I have left to do is fill out a couple of those prefabs, and I haven't done it. And it's been sitting there for like 3 years now.
You know what? I kind of know what the feeling. Like, for example, I was coming up with this idea for a comedy RPG that I might want to do after my current project. My current project is called Hexergy. It's hang on a second. Boop. I'll put the logo up, but it uses a bunch of hexagons, and it's pretty much done. But I have a bunch of feedback, and I know exactly what to do for all these changes. I just need to actually get in and actually change them. But I need to. Yeah. My mind needs to be in the right place to do it. And there's this game after this one that I want to do called I'm going to make it an RPG maker because I can get concept, I can plan out all kinds of stuff, but when it comes to coding, I have a hard time memorizing the syntax or like learning the language.
I do too. My memorization for like names and things is bad, so for syntax it's pretty bad for a lot of stuff, unless it's something I've done repeatedly. Like I, for a good while, could just tell you the exact syntax and line you would write if you wanted to make a raycast. But Unity's syntax is constantly changing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh no, it changes. Every like couple months when they update Unity, or they update it more than that, but every couple months, if you update a project or update your version of Unity, you'll get a ton of messages of deprecated content, which means content that is no longer necessary.
No
longer supported. And a lot of it is because they simplify things or change the syntax or like converge things into one function instead of having it multiple.
What does the GitHub even look like, I wonder?
Oh yeah. And so it used to be mathf.raycast was the function for raycast, and you'd fill in the values for the raycast. I don't think it's mathf.raycast anymore. I think they removed the mathf part.
Huh. So you don't actually have to call into the basic math functions of the system. Okay. Interesting. I know some things about. I know, like, for example, I can write like the logic of a code I want to do. Like, I can flowchart it, I can write it in text and whatever. But in terms of the actual syntax of the language, that I don't know. So I could like describe to you how I would want the AI or like the computer player for the game I'm making to function, and logically what you need to do at what point, line by line. And I also I have to comment my code as well, because otherwise it's like trying to operate on a German car engine. Like, what the hell?
Oh yeah.
But I don't know the actual syntax. I was talking to someone at ProSpiel who actually does a lot of programming, and they're saying that a lot of people tend to settle on a few languages that they're really good at. Some people, he suggested, I think I do, what did he say? One person has suggested I do C, another has suggested I do C#, and all kinds of other stuff. At some point, I would like to learn assembly. I describe myself as assembly curious. But yeah, like just kind of how I describe myself is like, I'm not vegetarian. I'm veggie curious, as it were. I'd be interested in trying it out.
I would also recommend C#, because if you learn a C language, you're gonna know like 80% of every other C language.
Oh.
They all share a lot in common because they're all based off of C.
I just thought of a joke.
There's C, C++, C++, C#. Like there's a ton of C languages that are all very similar. C# is the easiest one to learn out of the C's, I think. The hardest one is C.
Okay.
But
I just thought of something funny that you could do. I don't know if you make like scripted content, but if you wanted to, like, you know, do kind of a parody stuff, you could do someone where there's a sub who has a programming fetish, so they say, "Oh yeah, you put that semicolon at the end of the line." Oh, I just thought that'd be kind of
properly capitalize your functions, you naughty little programming slut.
You camel humping in my dungeon? How dare you? We do Pascal humping here.
You filthy little whore, your organization is all over the place. You're not even creating sections for fucking functions. You're not creating sections for goddamn integers. You piece of shit.
What do you mean you haven't done any optimization on this? I thought I raised you better than this. Okay, no. You are gonna have to write a machine code until I get tired watching you. That would actually be really...
You don't have a variable section at the top of your script.
Ow!
Instead, you create the variables on the spot in the functions.
You dirty boy! Dirty boy! Ugh.
Someone's not getting dinner tonight.
That's like a fast lane to spaghetti code. Oh, that's the fast lane to spaghetti code. Also, I just realized I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm gonna pop out for just a real quick question. Can I ask you to babysit chat and make sure that if Tarth shows up, that he gets disciplined, because he's probably done something bad today? I'm mostly joking, but Tarth is the one who likes to play all kinds of jokes on me and stuff like that. So make sure he doesn't misbehave.
I'll whip Tarth.
Thank you. Well, you don't have to whip him, but just make sure he doesn't behave badly, okay? Alright, I'll be right back.
Hell yeah, I'm eating a Slim Jim right now in chat. I haven't eaten today either. I have a Slim Jim on my desk, and I'm like, yoink. Good old Slimothy Jimothy. So how's your day going today, Sabai? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Baby, no. Oh, hey, Tar. You came in just in time. As soon as I finish this bite of my Slim Jim. You're gonna be disciplined, Tar. Oh, you were helping your grandma? Okay, now I can't say you're naughty for being late. I can still say that you're a naughty little Build-A-Bear who needs their stuffing before they're ready to go. I got you, Sayapi. Cloudy day today, wonder if we'll get rain. Oh yeah, that was what happened here. I heard it this morning, it was pouring, it was hitting my window, and I'm like, oh.
Alright, I have returned.
Today. Hell yeah.
Hello, okay.
What did you grab? Tar came right as you left.
I knew it! I knew Tarth would show up as soon as I was gone. It's just, I'm like clockwork. Hey Tarth, welcome. Excuse me. Hope your grandma's feeling better. Don't worry, Tarth. It's all fine. I appreciate you helping out with the chat and everything like that, so don't even worry, Tarth. You're all good. It's all good.
I'm kind of surprised not a single person has tried to zap me today.
Oh, right. You have your shock collar on.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. If someone activates your shock collar, I will put on my character's female avatar.
Ooh.
Oh! This is the first time that Viking King is the person hi Viking. They're a person I wanted to invite on to another episode of the Sometimes Show, and I guess they came by just to have a look-see at it. Thank you so much for coming by, Viking. We're just doing this just to interview each other. Sometimes we get up to shenanigans. But, yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, anywho, where was I? Right. Oh, I need to remember to eat so I don't... But, okay. So, what were we talking? We were talking about the games, we were talking about your projects, we were talking about, does the avatar have a blue suit? It does not. But I'm working with Gildem right now to get some expressions made for my female version of the avatar. And stuff like that. But, anywho, where was I? So what were we talking about, Moo? We were talking about... Oh, yeah, we were... program play with BDSM stuff, that's right. Like, how dare you not comment your code? Ugh, disgusting.
Such a naughty little slut.
Oh, man. And as punishment,
I might have to log my thing out from Twitch and re-log into Twitch on the shock collar thing, because when I tried to test it there, it didn't zap. I tested it via the manual control on the website, and it zapped.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the follow, Viking. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that one worked. Yep. Okay. Logging out and logging back in worked.
Okay, yeah, then that means I gotta change my model too. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna...
Perfect.
Alright, YouTube Studio, turn that off. Oh, it zoomed out automatically. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know it would do it that way. Okay. Just a moment.
Did it shock? It indeed did shock, Tar. Now be ready, Tar. Because now that you've zapped me, I'm gonna have to put you on your knees, step on your chest, and pin you down on your back. And stuff you like the naughty polar bear you are.
Tarth, are you misbehaving while we have guests over?
I know, SMH, Tar.
Tarth, I will tape you to the ceiling if you keep this
nice
up.
Model. I love
Thank you.
That.
When I'm not, Tarth, I swear to God, you'll be in a doghouse tonight if you keep this up.
Oh, why settle for the doghouse? Why not the kennel?
Because he'll like it. He thrives off of attention. He's a brat. It's...
I mean, if you put him in the kennel, put a blankie over it,
ah,
you're not getting the attention.
There you go. There you go.
Mm.
A bear house. Tarth, you wish you were that scary. You wish you were that scary. Come on.
Oh my, Viking. Yeah. There's plenty of things you can do with a kennel as well, because they have the openings on all sides. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Oh, just because Tarth is being a little bit snooty, I'm going to show you art that I got with them. That they actually commissioned them for some art at one point.
Cute.
Yeah. But, hang on a second. Apparently, Tarth here likes it a certain way. Yeah. Here it is. Copying the image, and I'll send it right to you, Moo. And now you get to put this in your pocket and use it whenever you want.
Yo, Tar's already squirming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they talk a lot of shit, but as soon as you actually put the screws to their thumbs, they just crumple.
Oh, yeah, no, I expected that much. Why do you think I keep talking about stuffing this cute little polar bear?
Well, just look at the picture I just sent you.
I know, that's what I'm saying, like, I already know this. I already know they're a polar bear who loves to get stuffed. Every teddy bear needs their stuffing, you know?
Yeah. Now, as long as they're not the kind with the slit cut in the bottom.
Yeah, true.
I can't believe someone did that to a Lyra plushie back in the MLP days. My god.
You know people have done so much worse.
Oh, yeah. That's where the whole jar thing started, was from that Brony fandom, because one guy put a vinyl rainbow dash inside of a... I don't even want to go into details.
Yep, and he put it on the radiator. We all know the story. Speaking of jar,
Hang on a second. Is this thing... Oh, there it is. Okay, there's just lag. Alright, I have to...
So my girlfriend is a plant girl, and the current jar is this one.
I actually kind of dig plant girls, to be honest.
Why is its size change so big?
Some people are just
Here
born
we
that
go.
way, Moo.
There we go. Look at him. He's in the jar. Look at him go. This is what I did to my girlfriend the other day.
What?
I stuck her on the tentacle and I put her in the jar.
Oh, that's cute. Tarth, what is it?
I don't think I can. Everything you're seeing here is through Czar's perspective. I don't think I can jar them.
It's not even the kind of Dom stuff that I'm even into, so no thank you.
Yeah.
Anywho, so, okay. Now, this was another question I forgot to ask earlier. We were talking about goals, and you were talking about wanting to actually be able to pay off your rent and stuff like that, but let's talk more pie in the sky type of goals. What is a kind of project that you would want to do as a VTuber that you might not have the means to do now, but that you would certainly want to in the future?
So one of the things I've talked about is I would like to, my ideal for my channel, and this was what I was doing for a while, but IRL stuff gets in the way a lot.
Oh yeah.
Specifically family. My ideal like stream style is just to be like live pretty much every day.
That would be nice. I want to do that too.
Yeah. I used to be live for like upwards of 12 hours or more every day.
Wow.
Streaming Hunt Showdown of all games.
Wow.
And a lot of it is my family. My family, for some reason, cannot go 2 minutes without interrupting me.
Hey, Tarth! You have a mood kindred, Tarth!
And oftentimes it's things like a family member will just knock on my door. My mom will knock on my door and be like, "Hey, you're going with me to a doctor appointment I didn't tell you about beforehand."
God damn it.
And things like that. And it's like, okay. And a lot of times I'm like, yo, I can't do this, and then it turns into a screaming match because my mom does not like being told no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's very much a, oh, you're too busy playing games, I'll unplug the router and take it with me.
God dang it. Wow. I'm sorry you have to put up with that.
Yeah, it is terrible. And the worst part is, it's all spur of the moment, so I can't even plan for it. I have a schedule that I schedule people in, and I schedule like stream things with people in. And I cannot like schedule around it because she will not tell me beforehand for things.
Even if you like sit her down and ask her?
Yeah, no, I'll tell her, and then her response is, I can't plan my life around your schedule.
What the hell?
Yep.
So they don't respect you. Okay.
They don't respect me at all.
Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate.
It is what it is. It's been this way for a hot minute. It's been this way ever since I've been a legal adult.
Oy.
Family's never respected.
Oh, wait, you were talking about something. You were talking about. Oh, I don't know how you're even able to even do 12-hour streams. My introvert timer or my energy just fades after like 2 to 3 hours, and then I just start crashing. I would like to try and do longer streams if possible. Like this week, I wanted to do like 4 streams, but then yesterday, when it came time to do Twitch Plays D&D, I was just absolutely exhausted, absolutely tired, and I'm thinking there is no way I'm going to be able to stream and have it be worth watching today because I'm just so exhausted, so tired, and I just know I'm gonna be like a zombie on stream if I actually go on, and I still feel bad when I have to cancel.
I feel you on that, Tar. I had a subathon month for my birthday, like a year or 2 ago, and I got in that month around $1,000 total from Twitch.
Nice.
And her response to that is, "You're still just playing video games. That's not an amount you can make a career off of."
What the hell? So
Yep,
basically, they will move the goalposts to keep you down.
Yes. That's why I want to get to Sweden.
Yeah, I understand that.
On my girlfriend's income, she can sustain us, so to speak. She can cover us, but me living with her will cut the money, and that's why I want to be able to make that up. It's about $300 a month, give or take. So I want to be able to make that up and provide it so that smooth living.
I would like to make a career out of this too. I mean, one of the things I used to work as an accountant, but it turns out I'm not very good at it. So my new plan is to try and invent things like games or products or things like that, and also do live streaming, partially as a way to because I like doing it and stuff like that, but also because if I make something, then it's no good. It's no good if no one knows about it. So I figured, okay, well, what if I stream about playing the game or stream about doing that kind of stuff? Kind of thought it'd be kind of like a bicameral system that way.
Yeah, could definitely do that. I've talked about that too, doing like programming streams, working on a game with my girlfriend. Programming, a lot of programming is just looking at fucking forums and seeing other people's solutions.
Right.
Changing them to fit your own situation.
GitHub is a savior.
Mm-hmm. I don't even necessarily look at GitHub. I just look at like these message boards where people are just like, "Hey, I have this problem. Why my function no work? Paste function, guy.
Yes.
This is why function no work. Paste
Yes.
reply." And
Yes.
like that's where you're gonna find 90% of the solutions to your problems.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my model back. I don't know why I'm starting to feel a little bit weird, but
No, it's okay. Also, on the social battery thing, streaming doesn't drain my social battery.
really,
I don't sound like it on stream, but IRL, I'm an extremely like socially anxious person to the point where like I am physically shaking when I just go grocery shopping and things.
Wow.
I cannot handle people I don't know.
Whoa.
And it takes me a second to like adjust to people.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate.
It's fine. I spend most of my time inside anyway. What's the grave mistake, Sayup? You have a head pat. But like online, none of the social anxiety comes through online.
Well, for me,
I don't.
Go ahead.
It doesn't feel like social interaction, so to speak.
Well, I don't know what it is, because for some reason, like socializing or just streaming, for some reason, I will feel really tired. Like people who are follow my channel might know this, that if I play for like too long, I just start getting like really tired. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why. I just crash. I just have this energy crash. I don't know if it's social. I don't know if it's biochemical. I don't know what it is. But at some point, there's like a little alarm that goes in my head, like ding, and then all of a sudden, I just go like, oh, okay, guys, what do we do now? And it's just the darndest thing. I don't know why that happens.
I have had times where I've crashed, but it's like physical tired. I've got a weird relationship with sleep.
Yeah.
We
all do.
Ungodly amounts of time. No, opposite.
Sleep is a cruel mistress, and there is no safe word.
If left uninterrupted, if it's a day where I don't have anything going on and there's nothing to wake me up and there's nothing I need to wake up for, I can and will sleep upwards of 14 to 16 hours.
Wow.
In high school, accidentally slept the entire weekend, not a joke. I came home on Friday at around 5 p.m. ish. I decided I was going to take a nap because I was tired. And I woke up Sunday night, 8 p.m.
What the hell?
I sleep. I am always tired and I sleep.
Oh, that's
I
giving me
don't
an
just
idea.
fall asleep. It's not narcolepsy. I don't just fall asleep on the spot. I am just always feeling tired, and I sleep for very long amounts of time unless something physically wakes me up, like an alarm clock.
Interesting.
And another thing that's been kicking my ass recently is I started a new medication, progesterone.
I don't know that one. I think I've heard it
It
though.
is so there's a couple main hormones for male to female HRT. There's estrogen.
Right.
Gotta love it. Gotta have it. There's testosterone blockers to block testosterone. Because women have a lot less testosterone naturally than men do. Women still do have an amount of testosterone.
Right.
It's just so low compared to men, typically. Men do not naturally have estrogen, though, which is a funny crossover. Then there's progesterone, which is a hormone that is tied to breast development. Progesterone as a hormone is only produced naturally in women during their ovulation cycle or when they're pregnant.
Okay.
It's one of the hormones responsible for the massive breast development during pregnancy. Spironolactone, which is my testosterone blocker, has a side effect of drowsiness, and it says not to mix with alcohol because it may exacerbate the effect. I've drank wine coolers a couple times while on it. And every time I do, within like 20 minutes of taking some sips of a wine cooler, it's like 3% alcohol by volume, I'm passing out at my desk.
Oh, God.
And the progesterone also is making me tired. So I'm like, recently started it, and now I'm just like extra tired all the time.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Dying.
My anti-anxiety meds are, I take hydroxyzine, and when I take that, it makes me sleep for like hours and hours and hours, like forever. It's supposed to help calm me down, and I only use it when I'm having a really bad anxiety attack, or it's also for insomnia. But I have to be careful because I have to make sure I'm not doing anything in the morning the following day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tricky. I've been just talking to you. I got inspired to draw a picture of what I think one of your, because I remember we were going to talk about what one of your models might look like, and I don't know why, but I want to sketch something. I want to share that idea with you and see what you think. Here, there's a...
Hell yeah. I'm gonna send you some cursed things now.
Alright, so there's the head.
Get ready for some cursed shit.
Hang on a second. So, okay. Here, I'll check my Discord. But, so what would you say is the main obstacle to you? So, oh yeah, this is another question I usually like to ask people. And we've kind of touched on it already. You were talking about how you want to transition to a different kind of model and stuff like that. Would you care to talk about what kind of lore, what kind of design, what kind of vibe, that sort of thing?
So, Spider Lady. The reason being, yeah. So currently, Reginald, as I've said from the start, is my sort of eldritch minion, my scrying eye. I'm the mini-eyed horror, the Spider Lady. Let me just send those real quickie and haunt you with some terrible drawings. Some good old sketches. The buff cat girl was a friend who said don't draw her buff. She was just a normal cat girl, and I drew her buff. Because you gotta do it.
That reminds me of Buff Pup. Here, should we put this on the stream, or
I used Buff Pup as a model.
Oh.
I looked at Buff Pup and I was like, that's the body type. That's the one.
Buff Pup's awesome.
Buff Pup is awesome. You can throw it on the screen, yeah. Go ahead.
Alright, I'll take this one. Aw, you have a little dress for your eldritch creature. Yeah. That's so cute!
I have a friend named Primal who I kept making jokes about being a femboy, and their model is just a raptor. So I drew them as the hit or miss girl. I sketched them out as the hit or miss girl. The Reginald with the dress is the sketch I have for the maid dress Reginald, and I will eventually make that and then rig it. And if you notice, the tits are just two smaller Reginalds and one's upside down.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it happens, but yeah.
And then take some looks at the gun. That's also for the cat girl person. That's the uppercut from Hunt Showdown, but I kept calling it the uppercut.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's a classic revolver design you're going with here.
Yeah, it's the
Colt Navy special, I think?
No, it's the one made after the dude who ran a cavalry unit, and
yeah,
the bigger one, and it's the one that like the Dragoon's based off of. It's the precursor to the Dragoon.
Oh,
my brain's just like.
I literally saw a short about this thing. I forgot. I drew you way too small on this piece of paper. I'm used to drawing full body.
But yeah, if you look at the pictures next, look at that hammer on the gun.
Oh, that's a cute little kid detail.
The front side is a cat fang, the rear side's the cat ears.
That's so
cute.
The
hammer is the tail, the firing pin is the plug, and all the bolts on it.
You know what could look cute is if you flip it around and that the cat face is on the rounded part of the back part of the cylinder. That might look good.
True. I had the devious idea for how the firing pin and hammer would work, and I couldn't not do it.
Hang on a second. I'm cooking right now as I draw something with a pencil. It's just gonna be a real crummy pencil drawing. But I'm thinking for this thing, if you ever have an alternative thing, like maybe if you want to try something other than Spider Lady, you could have like this kind of almost like eldritch black goo thing to keep in mind with your black tentacle looking thing. Yeah. And I'm thinking what you could do. Hang on a second. Yeah, you could have big scary like claws, kind of like Lady Dimitrescu. You remember when that came out? How everyone was all about that?
All about Domitrescu.
Domitrescu, yes. Yeah.
Domitrescu.
Did you see?
No, Domitrescu is actually how you're supposed to pronounce it. That's how they pronounce it in the game too.
What?
Yeah.
I never played the game, so I wouldn't know.
She is the biggest fucking tease in the advertising of that game. Do you want to know how much of the game her section takes up?
It's like what, only the first chapter or something, right?
Yeah, it's like a quarter of the game or less. It is not a lot.
That's so funny, and yet she had everybody thirsting for her so much.
This is a picture drawn by someone else that I just sent you. The one on the far left was what she drew based off my description for Spider Lady. And the one to the right of it was my girlfriend's model before she was Plant Girl. She was Slime Girl.
Hang on a second, let's have a look-see. Okay.
Aw, cute. Really long braids.
I like the one with the blue highlights. That's actually kind of... Oh, it's like an Umbreon almost.
Yeah, that's my... that's my friend Arya. And yes, those are Umbreon ears on that model.
I have a few subs or friends who were Umbreon fans. I'm also an Umbreon fan as well. But a lot of them would have like avatars in Second Life based off of Umbreon.
I made so many Umbreon jokes to her, and Umbreon being the better Pokemon than Vaporeon. And I like read the whole Umbreon copy pasta, and she hated it.
So much. Wait, there's an Umbreon copy pasta? Oh my god, I gotta look this up.
Okay, here. I'll get it. I'll read it to you.
Now, this is just a really back-of-the-envelope fast sketch, and I'm doing it really quickly while I'm having to talk to you, so it's not going to look as good as I could probably draw it. But what I'm thinking here is some kind of... Have you ever played Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door?
I have not.
There's a character in it kind of called Vivian, and she has like this thing where she looks like she's kind of made of goop, which is also kind of ghostly, and she kind of hovers around almost. And I'm thinking, with this, like, black void thing, what if we had, like, this vibe with this design where, hang on, I'm going to take a picture, because I physically drew it, I didn't draw it digitally. There it is. And then I'll just send it to you on... Oh, that's right, I'm on my Zargram Discord. Crap. Well, anyways, okay, you said, oh, okay, the Umbreon copy pasta. Well, if someone, if...
I'll read that out. I'll do it.
Oh, Vaporeon!
Sultreon. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
Umbreon
I've read the
Vaporeon.
I know the Vaporeon one very well, but I haven't read the Umbreon one.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can get this image sent to you. Hey Tarth, I'm gonna bounce this image from my private Discord to you. Can you send it to my Zargram one so I don't lose the call with Moo here?
And while you do that, I'm gonna start reading out the copy pasta.
Is it toss safe?
I mean, I'll probably stop if something not toss safe happens.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like a whole like 4 paragraphs long.
Jeez.
It's long.
Here, Tarth, can you like check your Discord real quick? Uh-oh, are we lagging? Oh no, are we lagging?
Are we lagging?
I hope we're not. Why is this being funny with me? Oh, please don't be lagging. Alright. I think we might... Oh, no, it's not... Oh, Twitch is not loading properly for me. Chat, are you still there? Can you hear us?
Chat, can you hear? Let's see.
Okay, I think I'm back. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I can see it on my end.
Okay,
on
cool.
Twitch. So, yeah.
Ale said no. Alright.
Almond, you tease.
Okay. Where was I? Tarth, would you kindly, check your Discord and send that picture to, my Zargram Discord so I can share it to Moo here? Tarth, are you still alive? He probably walked away from the computer again.
We got Tar. They're dead.
We might not have Tarth. Tarth might be dead.
Yeah, they're on the floor. They suffered severe blood loss from their nose.
No, all the blood would be going to their... Well, I can't say that on Twitch, can I? Yeah.
Oh, you absolutely can.
Oh, you can't? Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah. No, they had severe blood loss, so their organs ruptured from the severe stuffing they got. And they didn't go to the hospital.
Oh, don't worry. Wait, are you talking about an actual story or are you just making stuff up?
Making stuff up.
Okay. Because, yeah, I would know that, no, they do not get... Why would you be able to say, Dick? I don't know. I have anxiety disorder, so I get kind of paranoid about stuff.
Oh, same. All the time. Paranoia is bad.
Oh, dang it. I can't... I'm looking at my sketch now and I'm getting really self-conscious, but...
No, don't get self-conscious. Have a head pat, you cutie.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll draw a little, like, face sketch, because the idea that there'd be specialized makeup of, like, you know, corruptive, like, blacky veins crawling into the fringe around the thing. So I'll draw a little thing here.
It might tie in very well to the transition idea I floated by my girlfriend when I was telling her about my idea for the model, which she was talking about how I like people with arachnophobia, and I was like, yeah, ideally I want to get 2 models, one that is humanoid with the spider legs coming out of her back, the other one lower half spider, and if I'm particularly playing with someone who is arachnophobic, load in the model that's not lower half spider if I'm streaming with an arachnophobic streamer person.
Right, like Tricky or something.
Yeah, exactly. Take off the lower half spider, do the spider legs on back. And my idea for the transition between it is because I'm an eldritch monster. I am formless. Just like everything going black, which is eyes all over it, then close and it turns into the other model.
Cool.
Yeah, because like, what do you envision an eldritch being to be? My personal vision for an eldritch being, because they are formless, beholding them drives you mad.
Oh, that's
would be like a
style.
mass of eyes and tentacles. Like, have you ever played Skyrim and gotten the?
I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, the book. That one dude, he's got the entire Eldritch themed DLC.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember either. He says it a bazillion times.
Yep, and the people there call him a different name as well. The native people to Solstheim, they call him an entirely different name.
Hang on a second.
He's the Daedric Prince of Knowledge.
Yeah, and he's all tentacly and stuff. I'm sketching up what the face is supposed to look like up close, because I am not happy with how it came out. So, okay.
Hermaeus Mora.
Ah, yes! Yes!
And then they call him Himamora.
Okay. So
Waka,
the idea
waka,
I have
waka.
if with this is because I don't know why, but for some reason, looking at your avatar and looking at these things got me kind of feeling a little bit creative and artistic for a second here.
Am I?
So,
When
alright.
Almond animated it and gave it a mouth, she did like a little 3D animation and synced it to me going, how fucking dare you?
That's fun. Oh, I need to see that at some point.
I told her when she showed me, I was like, can you make like stringy goo on the mouth? Like he just tore open his face to say that.
I love it.
It doesn't have a mouth.
I love it. Okay, so I can't really do anime style, but I'm going to send this... Okay, did Tarth send it? No, Tarth still has not sent it. Okay. I'm going to say... I will take a picture of this, and I'm going to... I know what I will do. I know what I will do. Hang on. I'm going to get you this. So...
Also, that cat girl that I showed you, the buff one, that was like the first time I've ever drawn a face. And I recently have drawn faces a good bit more. So I'm going to send some other ones.
Hang on a moment. Let me just... Because I really think you might like this idea. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like sharing this for a second. Fine. I'll just post it to my own Discord. YOLO. Boom.
There you go.
Boom. Okay. Boom, right there. And I'll grab it and I'll send it to you. Because what I'm thinking is if you don't want to do the arachnid look, you could instead go for kind of like a shadow goo girl type of look. And
There, yeah.
And what you could do is you could have like these corruptive, like, tentacle hair type stuff coming off, and they have like these veiny looks on the fringes of your face to help frame it, and also give it kind of a more, dark and sinister vibe. Maybe some heavy eyeshadow, some black lipstick, and like your trademark glowing red eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
So hang on a second. Downloads. It's not going to look good like something that someone would actually suggest, but
It's entirely okay. I mean, look at the things I just sent you. The
All right.
last one is Brother Bucky. If you've ever seen them or met them. Oh, cute. It looks good.
Thanks. I had to rush it because I'm trying to keep the conversation, but I think if you had some kind of like eldritch goo lady and she has like all these shadowy black tentacles around, that would actually kind of fit your vibe a bit, I think.
Hell yeah. Can you see that I struggle with hands on that last one I sent you?
Let's have a look. See. All right.
He's Brother Bucky. He's a deer boy.
Okay.
We kept making jokes about his name, and we were calling him like Brother Buck Feet, and then there's Brother Duck Feet was another one, and then I drew him with duck feet, and I sent that to him. And I gave him. I gave him like the fucking thong, the thick thighs, and the femboy hips and waistline.
I love it. Hang on a second. Let me That's strange. It's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Let me save. Oh, there it is. So if someone in chat said that they're curious, and now I feel if chat wants to see my crummy little sketch idea for Moo, then I'll put it right here. It's not great. It's rushed, but it's a very, very rough concept thing. Here it is. Basically, kind of like the Vivian feet, how they kind of are they're like a puddle that stood up. And they like float across the ground. Then maybe they have big, scary claw arms or fingers or whatever. And they have like all these like black tentacles that like recede. And then you see this like feminine face coming out with like heavy gothic makeup and stuff like that. But then you see like the black tentacles like seeping into the face from the sides around the corners, almost like Shodan from System Shock, but more like eldritch tentacles and stuff. And you got like the tentacle hair and stuff. I don't know, that's just an idea I had.
It looks good.
Well, thanks. I am the kind of person who I have a lot of bad self-talk, so I'll say a lot of nasty things to myself.
Same.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I'll say like mean things to myself just habitually, and it's so embarrassing. But maybe one day I'll be able to get over it. Anyway, well, thank you very much, Almond.
On those ones that I sent you, the first one is Almond's Plant Girl model. I drew it for her as a surprise while we were playing Path of Exile and streaming it. Just in the little betweens of things, I started sketching
It's
it
so
out.
cute. I love that big old smile. It's so
I
adorable.
know. Then the next one is a little sketch of what I envisioned my kobold to look like in D&D. She's hatched the kobold. She thinks she's a dragon hatchling, and
Are you
I
okay with me
plan to
sharing these ones?
gaslight- Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I plan to gaslight. They're all in my art section of my server anyway. I tossed them up there. I plan to gaslight the D&D party into thinking that she is in fact possibly a dragon, because they're like one of the major helpful NPCs is a dragon. One of the characters is sort of an artificial dragon,
Okay.
like essentially like a living crystal golem made by that person accidentally, and that's what one of the other characters is. One of the other players' characters is.
Mm-hmm.
And I have chosen a feat. And I'm not going to tell them that it's from a feat, but the next time we're in combat, I chose... It's Gift of the Metallic Dragon, I think it was.
Is this 5th edition?
2024 5th edition.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've played that version. Okay.
So, Gift of the Metallic Dragon.
Mhm.
It allows me to cast Cure Wounds, essentially, once per long rest. But it goes off of one of my other modifiers. Hatch is a barbarian, so her Cure Wounds is fucking dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a +0 to it.
But basically,
It
you're
was
planning
only
on
stab
pranking
and
your
never
party.
negative. Sort of. I've already used the Cure Wounds once. And the flavor of it was great. Dying NPC and then Hatch just running up to Kobold bapping them, and then they get better.
I love it.
And the other part of the feat, the part that makes it dragon-y, is you gain the ability to summon ethereal wings that you can use in response to an attack to you or someone within range of you.
Uh-huh.
And they add to your AC.
Cool. Oh, so it's like the vampire thing where they cloak their wings around themselves.
Exactly. And you can do it as many times as your proficiency bonus.
Cool. I actually I'm kind of a perma dungeon master, so it's kind of cool that you like D&D as well, because I'm always running stuff. And what's ironic, I can actually, since I can tell you about this, it's actually my NSFW D&D campaigns that last much longer than my SFW ones. Go figure. I don't know how that works out, but for some reason the group is more stable with the NSFW ones.
It's because in the NSFW ones, if people are naturally just NSFW people, they don't have to try and hold anything back from their characters, and they can more easily relate to their characters / interact as them. There is a D&D book I need to find and show you. I don't own it, but I saw it, and it's a D&D book with classes and races entirely themed around BDSM.
Oh, yeah.
Not like one of those...
I know exactly the book you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Book of Erotic Fantasy.
I think it might be that.
I never can get the PDF
like
of that.
really
I think I have the PDF of it.
Really well made. It's so good.
Here's a link to a thing talking about it, but I don't think it has the PDF. Is that the cover you're thinking of?
I don't think it is, actually.
Oh, well, this was the book that caused a huge stir back in like 2003 with the OGL, because suddenly someone was releasing NSFW stuff about D&D stuff, and that made the coast really freak out because it's under the OGL, so they couldn't do anything. But a lot of people got really, really kink-shamey about it and stuff. Actually, in the grand scheme of things, the Book of Erotic Fantasy is actually pretty tame, all things considered. I have the PDF one. You would, Ure. You would.
Naughty.
Yeah, well. Ironically, I have found that running, let's say, interactions in D&D is more like running a combat encounter. Either everyone's an initiative for it, or no one's doing it. Because otherwise, everyone else is just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting for it to end. So, ironically, it's usually better to either do Fade to Black if you're just doing casual stuff, or if people want to do more in-depth stuff, then they do it outside of the session. But the idea being is that they can be whatever sexy character they want to have, but this game is a pretext to help them do some RP and stuff like that. But in terms of like minute for minute during the 3-hour session, there's only so much time they got, or that we all got together. So I mean, you can do what sometimes I'll do is I'll do like an RP encounter where everyone role plays one paragraph, what they do during the encounter, and then we move on. That way, we can, kind of simulate what's happening, but we don't have to spend like hours and hours doing one thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But anywho, wow, it's already 8. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow, time really flew. Okay, let me think something here.
I think I found the book.
Okay, hit me up. Hit me with it.
Let's see. Kinks and Cantrips.
I think I might have heard of this one. I think. Oh, wait. I'm gonna look this up too now. Hang on.
Copy paste it to you. I got
okay.
you.
All right.
Kinks and Cantrips.
I think I have heard of this before. Yes, I am over 18. I'm 32, so I'm definitely over the age limit.
It's so good.
Okay. I actually made up some of my own stuff, because I like to do homebrew stuff. Like, I'm really into homebrew stuff. So I've made my own stuff. Like, I even made... Oh, yes, I can show you this. I have made a token of my Anthro OC I commissioned it, I should say. I didn't make it, I commissioned it. And there's like a top-down token. This was by Osmar Shotgun before he stopped doing furry art. Like, so I was lucky to actually get furry art done by this artist, because they don't actually do it anymore. Or they don't do furry art anymore. They got tired of it. Not really sure why. But here it is. That's the FA link. Ba-boom. Ba-bam. This one has a background, but yeah. That's a fun thing I can break out once in a while in Foundry.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, we are entering the last third of the show, and usually what we do during the last part of the show is we do a trivia thing. How do you feel about doing one of those?
I'm down for trivia. Let's go.
Okay, now you can pick the topic, because one person's wanted to do biology trivia, but then they got destroyed because apparently they weren't as good as biology as they thought they were. Another person has done My Little Pony trivia. What would you want to do?
Borderlands 2.
Okay, I have only played a tiny amount of that game, so I'm gonna have to look up this one.
Borderlands 2 is a great game.
I can't really play shooters.
I will make you play it.
I can't really play shooters very well because for some reason, because I sit so close to my monitor, I make myself get very sick. Like, even playing Minecraft, if I go underground in Minecraft, I'll get motion sickness. I don't know what it is, but somehow...
I think...
Go ahead.
Continue, sorry.
What were you saying?
I think I have an unnatural resistance to motion sickness. Because do you remember the Oculus Rift? The original one. Like DK1 and DK2.
Oh! Like Donkey Kong Country? No,
Oculus Rift DK1 Development Kit 1,
sorry.
Development Kit 2. All good.
No, I don't have any VR stuff. I also get shy when I go onto VR chat.
Do you remember, like, way back when, before VR games had, like, hand controls or anything, back when it was just, you use your mouse and keyboard and you can look around?
I think I do.
And it was the toaster oven on top of their faces, like...
Yes.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think I do, actually.
I had the Oculus Rift DK2, and one of the companies at the time that was really promoting VR stuff, go figure, Valve.
Oh.
They didn't have their own headset yet. They weren't even partnered with anyone for a headset. They just saw VR technology come out, and they're just like, we want this to be a thing. So they made a lot of their source games compatible with VR.
Cool.
Natively.
Nice.
Compatible. So what that meant was you could go into Half-Life and play it in VR. You still use mouse and keyboard for everything, but you could look around. And one of the things they did to make it not jarring was your crosshair and mouse were not tied to the center of your screen anymore.
Oh.
They still had to be on your screen, but you could look to the right while shooting something in the bottom right corner.
That's a great idea.
Yes. And do you know what I did the day I got my VR headset back then?
Uh-huh.
I played TF2 as the scout for, I think, around 6 hours straight. 6
Wow.
hours straight. Double jumping everywhere, shooting people in a fucking VR headset.
Wow. I don't know. This begs the question. I wonder if I would get motion sick doing virtual reality stuff. I want to try it, but it's a lot of money to just to try it out.
It is. It is. It really is. There are budget kits though. There are budget kits you can
Yeah,
get.
but you have to do it through Meta, don't you? And I don't really like Facebook.
No, you don't have to do it through Meta. That's only Oculus.
Oh.
There are other budget ones you can do. There's even if you have any games that you can play from your phone, there are phone VR kits where you use your phone screen as the actual screen for the VR headset and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There are other kits where it's like essentially a kit that has all the stuff and you build it, like the build your own computer kits kind of thing. For VR, there's a lot of those that are like indie.
Cool.
And they sell the kits to build, and you build your VR headset.
I'll have to try that out
There's
sometime.
a lot of them. Yeah,
Well,
I'd say give it a look. So you can definitely get VR for as cheap as like $300.
that's not bad. I paid more for a VTuber model, so.
Yeah, like I've got the Index, so that's $1,000 VR headset.
Wow.
Like there's it's the top of the line right now, but there are definitely ways to get it when it's not expensive.
Nice. Well, why don't we jump into some Borderlands 2 trivia?
Hell yeah.
All right, so
I'm
starting.
gonna absolutely embarrass myself because my knowledge probably faded so much more than I thought.
Okay. So here is question 1 of 11. What's the easiest mission apart from the first ones?
The easiest mission?
Yeah, and here are the options you can pick from. It's multiple choice. One is shoot me on the face. The other is get my echoes. And the third one is you will die. Seriously.
And shoot me in the face. Face me shooting.
Okay, I'll select that one. Correct. All right. Next up.
The only thing you have to do in that quest is shoot him in the face. He's standing there. You accept the quest, and he just yells, "Shoot me in the face! In the face!" And you get these bonus objectives that say, not in the arm, not in the leg, not in the torso. And if you shoot him in any of those places, you fail those bonus objectives and get less rewards.
That's funny. That's really funny. I love the dialogue of Borderlands and Borderlands 2 and stuff like that. That's why I tried playing them, but I'm just not into shooters. It just doesn't vibe with me, you know? I don't know why.
Yeah, and You Will Die Seriously is the mission you get to fight the first raid boss. Quote unquote first. There's a naturally spawning raid boss you can get, but it's really hard to get it to naturally spawn.
Oh.
That raid, the raid boss you fight with You Will Die Seriously is Terramorphous.
I've never played this game, so I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, it's supposed to take 4 level 50 players to beat, but people optimize games, and it does not take 4 level 50 players.
Okay. Yeah, because then you get like
you
speed
can
runs.
beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 2 of 11. Who is Ellie? Is it A?
Ellie is...
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Do you want to raw dog it, or do you...
I'll fucking raw dog it. Ellie is Scooter's sister, and she lives out in the dust. She runs Ellie's scrapyard.
Okay, the options you can pick from are this: Moxie's daughter, Jack's
correct,
daughter, or no one special.
Moxie's daughter.
Oh,
Moxie is both Scooter and Ellie's mom.
is Moxie the one who dresses kind of like a clown but has a top hat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
love her.
I love one of her dialogue that says, "I'm a bit tired, so just pretend I said something incredibly suggestive, will you?"
Yeah.
I love that.
She's so good.
That is such a mood sometimes. Sometimes I'll have people who want to ERP with me, and I'm like, I am just too tired for this right now. And I just want to say that to them, saying, I'm a bit tired, so just pretend I said something incredibly suggestive, will you?
Her character is great. She is the innuendo fuel, like big tittied barmaid who's witty as fuck.
I love it.
All of that is to hide because she's a very intelligent person. She knows that people will underestimate a sexy lady. All of that is to hide the fact that she is like a fucking genius engineer.
Nice.
And the only time you really see that is in Borderlands 2. She does actually reconstruct several robots, and it kind of just glosses past that.
So she's a VTuber then. She's a VTuber. She
basically.
uses a sexy, front to hide her identity.
And so she's from a clan of people called the Hodunks, which are like hillbilly stereotype clan, and so
Right.
she is a fucking godly mechanic. She, in the pre-sequel, you can find her hidden workshop while she's in there, and when you do find it, she gets so flustered that she starts speaking in the southern
I
accent.
saw this scene. I saw it on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
And then she'll cut herself and be like, I mean, how did you get in here?
She
Isn't it
drops
supposed to be
character.
locked?
She drops character.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
no,
and
it's so-
Marcus in a headhunter pack in Borderlands 2, who's this like really greedy, like large man who sells all the guns and stuff. He's a ruthless businessman. He will just straight up shoot his competitors.
Wow.
he talks about Moxie because he was one of Moxie's previous husbands. Moxie's had like 15 different husbands.
Wow!
Yeah, she gets around.
That is a giant red flag to have that many former marriages.
Yeah. Marcus talks and he's like, did you know that I'm fat because of Moxie? She told me, Marcus, if you're smart, be sexy. If you're ruthless, be fat. Everyone will underestimate you. And it's fucking great.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So good. Love that game.
Okay. Third question. In Borderlands 2, have you heard of that game? No, I'm kidding.
No, never heard of it.
No, okay.
What's it about?
It's the questions in quotations in Borderlands 2. I mean, that's why. Okay. Which character is known for their ability to summon a death trap to aid in battles? Is it...
Oh, that's Gage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Gage the Necromancer.
Man, you're able to just raw dog this quiz. Okay.
And there was a point where I could tell you where every single legendary item in the game dropped, and that was like...
Damn!
I'm sorry, I rigged the game from the start. Ring-a-ding-ding, baby.
Okay, maybe I could give you something a bit more complicated, like a computer science quiz.
Truth is, game was rigged from the start.
If you shoot me in the head, I will hunt you down like the courier.
Oh my, so what you're saying is, all I gotta do is give you a little freedom seed, and then you'll come visit me?
Freedom seed! I love it, that's funny. I love it.
Oh.
Anyway, okay. So, question 4. What's between Moxie's tits? Is it a secret vault that she keeps all the weapons? Is it their tits, nothing else? Is it skin, or is it I don't know?
She does pull out weapons from her tits, so I'm just gonna say a secret vault where she keeps all her weapons, because that is where she pulls out every gun she gives you, including when she gives you a shield.
That's so correct. I remember in some of the NSFW D&D stuff I've done, where what we would do is that particularly busty characters, they would have cleavage of holding.
Yes, absolutely.
Though I think some femboys want to have a butt of holding, but that's not a whole other story.
Oh, absolutely. The whole of holding.
Yes. Anyway,
you have to put a plug in so that stuff doesn't just fall out, you know?
You could call, oh, actually, I created a new item slot. In my D&D campaign, we have the butt plug of protection. So you just stick it up your butt and it gets +1 to your AC and +1 to your saving throws.
You pull it out the fucking chess maneuver, the Magnus, not Magnus. Who was the chess person who did that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, is it Magnus Carlsen?
I don't think it was Magnus.
Oh, but yeah, there was a guy who was cheating using a love instant vibrator. Oh, that is...
He wasn't cheating. He wasn't cheating. It wasn't even a vibrating butt plug. It was just a normal butt plug.
What?
That was the accusation of the other person. At first, he accused him of cheating and had the judges like search his whole body, and then eventually, when he got the butt plug, he's like, "You're having someone send signals." He's like, "No, it's just a butt plug.
What the fuck?
Vibrate."
I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, no, the guy was just so fucking upset that he was losing that he was trying to find everything he could grasp onto to accuse the guy.
So they're just salty.
Yeah.
Nah. Next question. Okay. What happened to Lilith's sect? Was it you got to kill them because they were dangerous? Is it they are still alive? Or is it Lilith killed them?
Lilith sect? Do you mean the cult? You killed them. They were the cult that worshipped her as the Firehawk, and if you follow their quest line, she's really grasping at straws the whole time, trying to say that, you know, like, maybe they're not all bad. We haven't really watched them do anything other than kill each other. They're not really killing anyone else. And then the final mission is that they're about to sacrifice a bunch of people they kidnapped from the main city.
God damn it.
In her name, and she's like, all right, you know what, Volt Hunter, kill these savages.
That sounds like the kind of humor that they do with their stuff.
Yeah, she's just ego boosting it the whole time. She's like, they're really worshipping me. Until that moment, she's like, god damn it.
Do they make a Temple of Doom reference?
Like they're in a giant cage above
Kalima.
They didn't do Kalima, but they were in a cage above a fire pit.
Amazing. I wish I could play shooters better. I'm actually, not only do I suck at shooters, like I'm really bad at it, but I get motion sickness from them, man. So I would want to play Borderlands, but I think the most I could ever do is just watch a Let's Play, because I just get motion sickness. Also,
fair.
I think I was playing looter shooters before I got motion sickness from stuff like this, and it just wasn't doing it for me, because I'm like, okay, I go here, shoot this guy, But like, I just wanted to hear the story. You know what I mean? I'm more of a story.
I hear you. It does have a fairly decent story, and you're gonna experience that story
Totally.
3 whole times. The game's difficulty system is tied to progression of the game. You play through the entire story once, and that's easy mode, and then you unlock True Vault Hunter mode.
Uh-huh.
So it's normal Vault Hunter mode is your first playthrough, and that goes up to level 30. True Vault Hunter mode continues on, but the world gets harder. There's now more enemy types that weren't in the previous playthrough, and the enemies are higher level in the areas.
Okay.
And that goes up to level 50.
Do you keep your inventory?
Yes.
Nice.
You keep your inventory, you keep your level, you keep all of that. The only thing that all the quests reset, which means you can get quest rewards a second time.
Cool.
And some quests have 2 optional rewards where it's like you get this or this, you don't get both. And so you have to choose one. Now you can get both of them.
Nice.
Third playthrough is called Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. All the enemies scale to your current level, meaning you can't overlevel and have an easier time. Your current level +1, and yeah, and enemies have constant health regeneration as well. As well as there being more elemental versions of the enemies,
Lovely.
which means they're resistant to the elements they are. And the majority of the grunt enemies are replaced by the stronger variants of them.
Great.
Such as, there's no more like psychos that don't have shields. All the psychos now have shields practically.
No wonder you like this game. It's made for punishment.
No, I like the game because I can single-mindedly grind out a single weapon that's like a 1% drop chance.
Oh my, it has
enemy.
grinding in it.
Yeah, I can just turn into a robot and loop the same path like 600 times to get a drop.
Okay.
There is a shield in the game that's about 1 in 32,500 drop rate.
Wow.
That's if you want the perfect variant. It's not that if you want a shield at all, but if you want the perfect variant of that shield, because the main draw of the game for me was the component system.
Ooh.
All the weapons are made out of components, which change their stats. Every weapon is the barrel. So the barrel of the gun is the gun, and then when the system decides the enemy's dropping a thing, they roll the rarity, and then they roll the barrel, and then it builds the parts off of the barrel. So it could be like the barrel decides what type of weapon it's going to be, and if it's a named weapon, it decides if it's that named weapon or not.
I think I know why they programmed it that way. Okay, because the barrel's where the projectile's going to spawn.
No, actually.
Oh, really?
They programmed it that way because in Borderlands 1, they had unique components that weren't the barrel.
Oh.
So for instance, there was a sniper called the Cyclops, and in order to get a Cyclops, you'd have to have a sniper of a specific rarity spawn in, and it would have to randomly generate this specific scope on it, which would then change the entire gun to the Cyclops, because the scope is what contained the unique effect of extra zoom and extra crit. And they ran into a problem, which was, in unique circumstances, there were unique drops from enemies that they are always supposed to drop. Like, there are these purple and blue weapons that certain enemies always drop. Some of them are the correct rarity color and weapon type for certain generations to spawn on them. Right. And then they started having these hybrid weapons that were too unique, so like a legendary and unique combined, that weren't supposed to exist.
They got the tables mixed.
Yeah, an example, Ajax's Ogre. Ajax is always supposed to drop Ajax's Spear, which is an Atlas brand rifle. It has a high fire rate, high magazine capacity, and decent damage. Just an all-around good rifle. But the Ogre is this legendary Torg assault rifle that shoots exploding bullets, and it does really powerful explosion, like better splash damage, all that, but it has a slow fire rate and bad accuracy. Ajax's Ogre was when the Ajax Spear accidentally spawned in with the Ogre component, and now you have this high fire rate, high accuracy, high magazine capacity gun shooting these high damage explosive bullets.
Oh shit, it's like a 40k bolter.
Exactly, it became one of the best weapons in the game. I have not gotten an Ajax Ogre to drop for me.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sorry you haven't gotten it though.
I know, Borderlands 1, it's such a fun game, but the run for that is a very decently long run, because unlike Borderlands 2, where every time you enter a loading screen door, that becomes your new, like, save and quit checkpoint, or every time you go to a fast travel station, that's your new save and quit, you'll spawn here checkpoint. In Borderlands 1, in the DLC that is, you spawn at the start area of the DLC, and you have to drive a car to all the other places.
Oh.
So you have to go through like 4 different loading doors to
Wow.
get to that guy.
I tried playing Borderlands 1, but for some reason it didn't grab me. I don't know why.
The weapon generation in that game is peak. The loot system in that game is peak. I like it better than Borderlands 2, loot system wise.
I'll have to give it a look sometime.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, I need to change the direction of my OBS so I'm looking away from you. There we go.
Oh yeah. In Borderlands 1, an enemy will use the weapons they spawn in with, and they will drop those weapons.
Nice.
Every enemy spawns in with like a piece of gear on them, be it a shield, a grenade, or a gun.
Cool.
And when they die, they will drop that item.
Nice.
Which means if you enter an area and suddenly your health bar just gone, melted instantly, that guy probably has a legendary he's holding.
God dang it.
Yeah, if you kill him, you get that legendary.
Wow. Goodbye, game balance.
It was actually really good because as you level up, like it means that killing normal enemies is always worth it because there's a small chance they drop something good.
That's cool.
And you don't feel kind of like cheated out of something when you see a dude spawn in with a legendary weapon and you kill him and they don't drop it. In Borderlands 2, enemies can still spawn with legendaries and use them on you, but they won't drop the weapon they spawn in with. When they die, they run a function to generate a piece of loot. So it's possible to see a Goliath blaster who dual wields rocket launchers spawn in with 2 legendary rocket launchers.
Oh man.
And it will obliterate you.
Wow.
There was a Goliath blaster that I was playing, and I ran into that spawned in with 2 bada booms, which is a rocket launcher that fires 6 rockets per shot.
Oh my
2 of them.
God.
So it was 12 rockets flying through the air like a fucking shotgun.
4th of July.
Exactly. The rocket launcher isn't supposed to do a lot of damage.
But
Like, as the player, it's decent. It's decent. All of the rockets are kind of low damage, but there's a lot of them. It's not the best rocket launcher. It's not the worst. It's like middle of the range. It's like upper middle area.
Mhm.
Players do a lot of damage, but don't have a lot of. Players have a lot of health, but don't do a lot of damage. Enemies do a lot of damage. Nope, sorry, reverse again. Brain confusion. So enemies have large amount of health, not a lot of damage. Players have a lot of damage, not a lot of health. When an enemy who spawns in with that gun, it's going to be disproportionately powerful compared to the player's health bar.
Yeah.
And so they will like one-shot you with that shit.
So it enters realistic mode with guns.
Yeah, and there was a problem in the game with one of the characters' like capstone skills for one of their trees. Maya the Siren had a skill that turns an enemy into an ally temporarily.
Okay.
You mind control them and they start killing things, and if their mind controlled ally dies, the little orb will seek out a new person to mind control until it runs out of its duration. But when you're playing in the final difficulty, when enemies have constant health regeneration, they didn't out damage their passive healing.
Oh.
So you basically, instead of creating a minion that would kill things, you created a minion that would bullet sponge a little bit.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's move on to. I'm starting to feel a little bit of my energy fade. So let's get through the rest of this quiz because I'm.
Roger.
Yep, no problem. I only have about 2 to 3 hours worth of content in me per stream, so I have to.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Question 6 of 11. What happened to the Bloodshots? They are still alive. Hyperion killed them. You killed them.
It cut out after Hyperion killed them. What was the last
is it
option?
A, they are still alive, B, Hyperion killed them, or C, you kill them?
Both. Hyperion, though, I think is probably the answer, because while you go to rescue Roland, Hyperion comes down and wipes them out, and then you fight Hyperion on the way to the end.
Oh,
so I would say Hyperion.
Yep, you got it right.
Yippee!
Alright. In Borderlands 2, have you heard of that game? Maybe not.
No, never heard of it.
Like, it's a Borderlands 2 quiz. Why do they keep saying which game? Okay. Which of the following characters is the original Vault Hunter who becomes a central antagonist in the story of the second game? Is it A, Lilith, B, Mordecai, C, Roland, or D, Handsome Jack? Even I know this one.
Oh, it's Handsome Jack. He's the antagonist of the second game. But he's not the first Vault Hunter, technically. He set the Vault Hunters on the Vault, but he wasn't the first Vault Hunter. He is the antagonist of the second game, though.
Yeah, even I know that one because I watched Tiny Tina's the fantasy DLC thing because I was into D&D.
Oh, yeah, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. Also, had a really nice ending too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they started overusing unskippable cutscenes though, because none of those cutscenes are skippable, and they're like several minutes long.
And if you are they skippable after you die and
No.
see? Oh, that's not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question 8 of 11. What's the story of Axton? A, he was in war and he killed his teammates. B, he was fired. C, Axton was once a soldier in the Crimson Lance.
So Axton was fired. He was a soldier for Dahl, and he killed the VIP he was supposed to protect. He was supposed to protect them from assassination, and instead he used them as bait for the assassins, and then sent in a fucking drone strike on the location, killing the person he's supposed to protect, but also killing all of the assassins.
Huh. So kind of the 40k Eversor type of methodology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We could, if we get all of the terrorists together, then there's no more terrorists.
Oh boy.
That kind of methodology. Yeah.
So okay. So which of the three would you say he was? A, he was in war and he killed his teammates. B, he was fired. Or C, he was once a soldier in the Crimson Lance.
I would say probably fired. He was set up for execution, and his ex-wife helped him escape. She was his wife at the time, but gave him the ring back during the escape.
Oh, I'm afraid it said that he was a soldier in the Crimson Lance. That's what it's saying here to me.
Axton?
Yeah, Axton.
Yeah, no, Axton wasn't part of the Crimson Lance. The one who was part of the Crimson Lance is Roland from Borderlands 1.
Wait, so the quiz is wrong.
Yeah. Borderlands 1 is Crimson Lance. By the end of Borderlands 1, Atlas no longer exists and Crimson Lance no longer exists.
Huh.
Or, yeah, the Crimson Lance no longer exists.
Well, okay.
They become the Crimson Raiders in Borderlands 2, the group led by Roland, who was previously a commando for the Crimson Lance. And he starts Sanctuary, the main city in Borderlands 2. He's the playable character in Borderlands 1, though.
I think this person might be, who wrote this quiz, might also be English as a second language, because their grammar is starting to deteriorate.
That could be.
Question 9 of 11 is, what new type of grenade they added? Is it A, bouncing in combos, B, longbow and transfusion, or C, homing and longbow?
Huh? So all of those types of grenades are technically in Borderlands 1 and 2. There are longbow grenades in Borderlands 1. There are bouncing grenades in Borderlands 1. There are rain grenades. There's bouncing betties. There's longbows. There's transfusions. What were the name?
I just sent it to you on Discord. The question, as it appears to me.
Because no, I would say combos then, because homing and longbow exist. Longbow and transfusion exist. Bouncing and combos, because I don't know what the fuck they mean by combos.
So you're going for A?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. That was the correct answer. I don't know what they were going for, but
I know what they mean. There's a grenade type. It's not called combos. That spawn child grenades. It's a cluster grenade. But those exist in the first game too.
Okay.
They're just weird.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I think this person might be English as a second language or something.
Could be very well.
Maybe it's called something different in a different language, perhaps.
Probably.
Okay, here's one. Question 10 of 11. What happened to Maxie's Underdome? A, Jack stole it from Moxie when they got married. B, Jack destroyed it and built another for him. Or C, Jack destroyed it.
Jack destroyed it.
Okay. And, yep, that's correct.
Yeah, he tore down Moxie's Underdome after Moxie broke up with him.
Then why do they call it Maxie's Underdome in the... what the hell is...
It's supposed to be Moxie's Underdome, and it was actually a DLC for Borderlands 1.
Here, look at how they wrote this.
Awards.
Look at how they wrote this.
I think they meant Moxie, because it just replaced the A with an O, and then they got it right, you know?
What about the Y?
Yeah, that's true, actually. It's supposed to be Y apostrophe S. Or no, actually, I think Moxie uses an IE in her name.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah, maybe maybe this quiz is kind of scuffed too.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay, so question 11 out of 11. What happened to the Claptrap party? A, no one went. Okay, I know about Claptrap, but no one went except you, or it was the best party he ever had. These are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, no, no one went except for you, but it was also the best party he's ever had. He literally says, "Yeah, this is the best party I've ever had."
Okay, so then that happens no matter if you go or not.
Well, if you don't go, the quest doesn't happen. You have to go. It's the first quest objective is to show up, and if you leave, it fails and you have to restart it.
Okay, so I'll say no one went except you then. How about that?
Yeah, that's probably fine. It's literally you are the only one there.
Oh, it said it was the best party he ever had. Okay, this is not a good quiz. Because these are not mutually exclusive.
Those are correct.
Yeah, both of them are correct. Okay. Well, it seems that you're such an ace in Borderlands 2 that you're able to correct the quiz itself.
Let's go.
Okay,
I'm surprised they didn't do any loot drop questions, honestly.
I'm going to give you something a bit of spicier. I'm going to give you a computer science quiz. How about that?
Oh god, now you're gonna embarrass me.
Is that your thing? Well, you are a VTuber.
I would. Fair. I'm bad. I am so bad with technology sometimes, which is ironic, given that I make video games.
Well, here's the first one.
The first question?
Which device is used to browse the internet? A, scanner, B, printer, C, router, or D, speaker?
I'm imagining it's gonna be router because that's, what connects you to the fucking lines.
Oh, wait, that was the sample question. God dang it, website. Okay. Oh, please tell me these aren't
Do they want you to pay for it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is on, Okay, so these start easy and get harder, I think. So,
Okay.
This first one is something that you learn in high school. It's what is the brain of the computer? Is it the hard drive, the monitor?
CPU.
Yeah, CPU, yeah. That's an easy one. Next one. Yeah, okay. You already answered this one. Which device is used to browse the internet? Scanner, printer, router, speaker? It's router. Alright, now let's try this one. Okay. What language does a web browser primarily use to display web pages? HTML, Java, Python?
HTML.
Yep. Hey, bonus point. Do you know what HTML stands for?
I don't, even though I took a class on HTML and web development.
Hypertext Markup Language.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna remember that in 5 minutes. I hope you know this. That's my memory for names and things.
Oh,
I will describe a function without being able to name it.
Yeah, that's me.
it,
That's me.
fucking-
I'll know what it does, but names, I suck at names.
Exactly.
Okay, you're gonna make a joke out of this one, but what does RAM stand for?
It's the thing I'm gonna do to you later.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew you would make a joke out of that.
Yeah, random access memory.
Yeah. I didn't even read the option because I knew you were going to ace that one. Alright, what does HTTP stand for?
I don't actually remember.
I think I do. I think it's Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yep, that was right. Okay. Now both of us are doing the quiz. It's a co-op mode now. Which is an input device? Printer, speaker, keyboard, or monitor? Oh, come on.
Keyboard.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fair. There are so many things in science fiction that piss me off where someone will have to go inside the computer and they go in through the fucking monitor. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It is not an
Yeah.
I hate that so much. It's ugh. That's a pet peeve of mine. They did that in Stargate SG-1 where someone had
technically, if you have a touchscreen monitor, it can be an input device.
Yeah.
But that's on a technicality, and that wasn't the answer.
Yeah.
Touchscreen monitor wasn't one of the answers.
Keyboard, easy. Yeah, that's an easy one. Come on, give us something hard. What type of software is used to control computer hardware? Ooh.
Give us something hard? Oh my.
Ha ha ha. Okay, what type of software is used to control computer hardware? Is it A, application software? Is it B, system software? Is it C, development software? Or is it D, performance software?
Repeat the question because you cut out a little bit.
What type of software is used to control computer hardware? Here, I'll screenshot this thing and send it to you so you can...
Yeah. Thank you.
Not a problem.
System software.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. System. Boom. Got it. All right. 8 of 10. Which is a non-volatile memory? A, RAM, B, SSD, C, cache, D, register.
SSD.
All right. That's correct. Okay, number 9. In which
So I imagine when they say volatile, they mean like memory that's can be removed at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
like
I think
RAM is
yeah.
is cleared after years. Caches you clear quite often.
Absolutely. 9 of 10. In which data structure are elements added and removed from the same end? A, stack, B, queue, C, array, or D, tree?
Add and remove from the same end, probably array.
I think it's array too. Oh, it was wrong. It was stack. Okay, it says...
Oh, yeah, you're right. You add something, it goes to the top of the stack, you remove it, it takes from the top of the stack.
A stack is a data structure from which elements are added and removed from the same end. It uses last in, first out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, they even use that in accounting. Alright,
I
10
mean-
out of 10. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, I mean, in arrays, you're not really supposed to remove things from arrays.
Fair enough, yeah. Not
Lists,
generally.
yeah, arrays, no.
I mean, you can use an array that way if you want to, but you're going to need other functions to go and get the data and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, which is the primary purpose of an operating system? A, manage files, B, manage resources, C, run applications, or D, create software?
Run applications.
Alright, let's see here. Incorrect. The primary purpose of an operating system, OS, is to manage computer resources and provide a stable, consistent way for applications to interact with the hardware. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Fair.
Well,
I feel
hey.
like that's more of a
Technicality.
Yeah, no, brain can't remember word. More of a. I can't remember the word.
That's all I got. It's getting. We've been at this for almost like 3 hours now. I'm kind of fried, so I can understand if you're.
The head pad.
Oh, well, thank you. But let's see here. We've been going for about 3 hours, and I don't want to respect people's time too. And I don't. I would love to keep hanging out with you and keep doing stuff with you, but I understand you probably have a limited amount of time too. So.
Oh, I'm probably just gonna like do stuff with GF after this.
No problem. No
Probably
problem.
gonna. We were talking about what were we talking about earlier, babe? Babe, what did you say in chat? We were gonna do merch store. That's it.
Oh,
And
right.
probably watch Star versus the Forces of Evil because I got her into watching.
I
that.
heard the ending of that's very disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, because they kind of rushed it because TV stuff.
I remember watching the Big O anime, and I remember after seeing the second season, I told other people who were going to watch it, don't watch season 2, because season 2 is just weird. It was made years after the fact, and it just has a bizarre ending, and...
There's a lot of anime that are like that, too.
Yeah,
Have you ever watched Blue Exorcist or read Blue Exorcist?
I have not. Have you seen...
The anime overtook the manga release pace, and the anime just made up an ending.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's worse than filler. That's just straight up... That's like Game of Thrones treatment.
Yep.
Wow.
It was bad.
Wow. Okay, it's almost like writers are kind of important to the creative process.
Yeah, Blue Exorcist was it was started strong, died fast.
There's an anime I liked called Zammed Lost Horizon, or is it Forgotten Horizon? I forget. X''AMD, I think. And
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
It has this great intro. It has this great startup. It has all these cool premises, and then it just starts to just pull the drag chute on the plot. Everything slows down, and it just... I got so bored that I finished it somehow. But the ending was just so unsatisfying, and I've developed a rule based on watching this and seeing stuff about Kingdom Hearts, is that anytime a piece of Japanese media brings up the word memory, worry, because it may very well just mean that the author thinks that complexity equals good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think some people make things too complicated, and it doesn't actually service the thing. It just...
Or another one, aside from like overcomplicating, is when authors don't really know what they're talking about, but try to be like, our thing is accurate to this thing, and it's like, no, that's not at all. Have you ever read any manga that involves like the main character being like a programmer?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
Oh god.
Yeah. I got so freaked out by that scene with Kana and her friend. Because Kana's like, what, like a zillion years old? Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah. But it's that thing of like, how old is Grogu in Mandalorian?
Like, over 50, right?
Exactly.
Like, there's
Like,
such thing as the Harkness
species
test.
age differently.
Yeah, the Harkness test is it mature for its own species? Is it sentient? Or how does that whole thing go? Forget. But there's yeah. I don't know. Anyways,
I have to send you a Minecraft mod after this. Remind me.
go for it. But yeah, we should if you're open to it, we could definitely do some collabs in the future if you want to, but no pressure.
Hell yeah.
I'd be down for it. I think you're kind of a fun person to talk to.
You too, you cutie.
Aw, thank you. But I'm starting to feel the 3-hour burn, which is when my energy just starts to just kind of die. It happened in college with classes that went over longer for 3 hours, and it's starting to happen to me now. So why don't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I finished a 4-year degree in 2 years. I know
Oh!
what you mean.
I wish I had more energy to keep interviewing because you got so much interesting stuff to say. Holy crap. But I am kind of starting to run on fumes. So why don't we find someone to raid? And the tradition with the Sometime Show is that the guest gets to decide who we raid.
Ooh. All right. Let me hit following. Open link in new tab. Live. Let's see. I always start at the bottom to see which homie has the least viewers.
Right? I like to do that too because I know what it's like to stream to an empty room, and it's just so depressing.
Yep.
It's like
Oh, there's an absolute cutie named Ravel the Huntress. I will copy paste her name into the chat.
all right, let's have a look. See. Wait,
She has
which
a
chat do you
wonderful
mean?
model. Ours.
Okay.
Just DMs. That way you can just copy paste it.
Missy. Okay, Ravel the Huntress. I wonder if that's a Ruby reference.
I don't know. She plays Hunt Showdown.
What is
I've met her a couple times and played with her. It's a cowboy extraction shooter game.
Oh.
And originally it was all a bunch of like slow-paced guns. There were a couple fast-shooting guns in the game, but it was like 2 or 3.
Whoa, what the heck was that? I just heard something.
Mm-hmm. No? What was heard?
Oh, someone followed me. Oh,
okay.
Wow, that's it. It's happened so rarely that I just was surprised to hear the sound thing at all. Thank you.
You sweetie, have a head pad.
Oh well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a very tiny channel, so I'm surprised when I get a single follow. It's like, what? The number went up? How? Anyway, okay. So we're raiding Ravel the Huntress. I'm going to start the raid here. So we're going to do the countdown now. I want to say thank you to everyone who came tonight. Thank you, Mugama, Mugama Shuk, for coming by. I had a wonderful time interviewing you, and I hope we could maybe do some stuff together in the future. That'd be awesome if you're up to it. Let's see here. What else? I want to thank everyone in chat. I want to thank, everyone. And I'm just really appreciative of everything. And this is my final stream for the week. So I guess for people who come to my channel, I'll see you guys next week when we play some more Oblivion.
Heck yeah. Oh, you're playing Oblivion? My girlfriend was playing Oblivion before everything broke and she wasn't able to stream it or play it anymore because the game kept crashing.
It just works, Moo. It just works.
Do not quote God Howard to me. I have used Bethesda to control toys IRL in Skyrim.
Anyways, guys, thank you to everyone watching. We'll see you later. We're going to raid Ravel now. Bye-bye. Raiding in 3,
Bye,
2...
everybody.
Raiding. And...
Alright, now my chatters. Sayonara. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one. I'll catch you all later. Bye, cuties. Mwah. Everyone who's here, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Everyone who supported, thank you all so much for supporting. I really appreciate it. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.